The magic number is 1. If the Sox get a win tonight against the Mariners, it will be the Sox' biggest win in 10 years. I'm Jim Blaney, and welcome to your Ford Dealers White Sox on Deck show. The Rangers are idle tonight, so the Sox control their own destiny. All eyes are on Comiskey Park. A win over Seattle, and the Sox get their first division crown since 1983. Ironically, the Sox clinched against Seattle 1 decade ago. 10 years ago, the celebration was a sweet one as the Sox beat the M's at Old Comiskey Park. The celebration erupted as the winning ugly Sox clinched the Western Division crown. Tonight, it's the same Mariners and Sox. And if the Sox win this game, they clinch it in '93. And on site at Comiskey Park 10 years ago when the Sox clinched were both Ken Harrelson and Tom Paciorek, and they're here again tonight. Guys?
All right, JB, thank you, and good evening, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Comiskey Park for White Sox baseball on what could be an historic evening for White Sox baseball in Chicago. Wimpy, need one to clinch it, and we've got a good pitching matchup tonight.
We really do, Hawk. Dave Fleming pitching for the Seattle Mariners is a good, tough left-hander. He'll pitch inside, and he's got good soft stuff away. Wilson Alvarez has been the best pitcher in baseball in the last month or so, winning his last 6 starts, and he hasn't given up a run in his last 24 innings of work. One good thing, one bad thing, actually, Seattle is the toughest team against left-handed starters in all of baseball. They're 35-17 when an opposing left-hander is on the mound.
All right, sit back and relax. Hopefully an historic night for Chicago White Sox baseball here in Chicago. Right now, let's go back to our studios and Jim Blaney.
Welcome back to Comiskey Park in Chicago. The first of 4 between the Sox and the Seattle Mariners, and could be a championship on the line here tonight as Wilson Alvarez and the White Sox have already taken the field. Here's Sweet Lou Pinella's lineup for tonight. Leading off in left field, very pesky Brian Turang. Rich Amaral is the DH. He'll hit second. Ken Griffey Jr., one of the best players in all of baseball, is in center field. He bats third. Cleanup man right fielder Jay Buhner. Mike Blowers plays third. He'll bat fifth, followed by second baseman Brett Boone. Greg Litton is at first base, hitting in the 7th position. Batting 8th and catching is Dave Valley, and bringing up the rear at shortstop Omar Vizquel. Wilson Alvarez goes to the mound for the Sox. He's 14-8 with a 3-point earned run average in 29 starts. Wilson red hot of late, giving up just 161 hits in 195 innings of work. 1 complete game, walking 115. He has struck out 147. Opponents batting just .235 against Wilson in the '93 season. And defensively, the Sox have, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. He's in left field, Lance Johnson in center, Ellis Burks plays right, Robin Ventura at third base, Ozzie Guillen is the shortstop, Craig Graybeck gets the start at second, and the big hurt, Frank Thomas at first. The battery tonight of Ron Karkovice and Wilson Alvarez. The umpires are friends in blue. Mike Riley is at home plate, Rocky Rowe at first, Dale Scott works second, and crew chief Dave Phillips is at third. Conditions at game time is great for baseball. 54 degrees. Wind out of the west at 60. Birds not cold. It's perfect. Great atmosphere. We're going to open up all the windows tonight and dancing hopefully at the end of this ball game. Wilson in his last start beat the California Angels. 8 innings, 5 hits, no runs. He walked 4 while striking out 5, and as we mentioned, he hasn't given up a run in his last 24 innings of work. So he's the hottest pitcher in baseball right now, and we are ready to rumble. Here's the Hawkaroo.
All right, Wimpy, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Comiskey Park for White Sox baseball. Brian Turang will lead it off, 26-year-old. Actually, infielder playing in left field. It'll be Turang, Amaral, and Ken Griffey Jr. Turang hitting at .258, no homers. He has knocked in 7. This is the 10th meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. Sox hold a 7-2 season series edge as the first pitch misses, and the count 1-0. It has been 10 long years here in Chicago for the Sox, and maybe tonight that can all change. There's a strike, and the count 1-1. There's a man that's done a heck of a job with that ball club. The injuries they have had. Lou Piniella, club coming in 1 game over the 500 mark. Breaking ball. Wilson, take your time. Can't make the play. So Turang beats it out for the bunt single.
Now Wilson looked like he got a little bit overextended right here. The ball is bunted to his backhand side as Turang just trying to push it by the pitcher. Wilson got a pretty good jump, and he got the ball. Look at that. Oh, he was just turned around the wrong way. If he falls the other side, he'd have probably had a pretty good delivery to first, but watch him go over on his right side. Boy, threw a hook shot over there, and not good enough to get the speedy Turang.
Turang with 6 stolen bases in 8 attempts, and that'll bring up the DH, Rich Amaral. 31-year-old rookie, hitting at .285, a homer. He's knocked in 42. He is 6 for 16 this year against Sox pitching, and against Alvarez, he is 3 for 6. Outfield around to the right. .347 down each line, .375 in the gaps, .400 straight away center field. Another bunt. Wilson over to first, and they get him, so it'll be a sacrifice.
Well, the Mariners are going that little ball route early. He's running for a base hit with the option of getting that guy to second base for a sacrifice. I'll tell you, a little bit closer to the line, and he'll beat it. Got him by a stride. Wilson Alvarez got off there quickly to make the play.
So the veteran Ozzie Guillen having a little chat with a 23-year-old southpaw as here's some trouble. Here's Junior hitting at .302, 43 homers. He has knocked in 105. Now the Sox have done a good job on him this year. They have busted him in with a fastball. He is just 7 for 35, but he has a couple of homers and 6 ribbies. And 6 at-bats against Alvarez. He has 1 hit, and it left the yard.
That's a little low. 242 with runners in scoring position.
Well, you got to figure in that spot there, just not giving in to him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
That was a pretty good pitch to hit. He just jammed it. 1-1 the count. No score, top of the first if you just tuned in.
Take a look at this last fastball by Alvarez. He just bores on the, well, it's actually right on the inside corner. See where Griffey made contact. The ball was almost by him.
Outfield playing him slightly to hook. There's another good heater. And the count 1-2. He had a little giddy up on that one.
Yeah, he did. Stay right there. As you mentioned, Hawk, the Sox have had success against Griffey this year throwing that fastball. Of course, you got to have a good fastball. And of course, we talk about the staff that the White Sox feature.
Well, in my opinion, as we have talked about in many of the telecasts, it is the best stuff staff in baseball.
And someone would say, no way, Atlanta Braves.
They're more of a finesse staff.
I agree with you.
Whoa! Wilson wanted it, Kark wanted it. Didn't get it from Mike Riley. And the count 2-2. Wasn't low.
I mean, that's what he called. That's what he had to call it because it split the middle of the plate.
Full count to Junior. Souvenir left side.
And how about our between the lines for tonight? Wilson continued those winning ways. If they don't score on you, they can't beat you. Fleming, that fastball inside is what he wants to establish and then throw soft stuff away. Sox, that task is at hand. Tonight they can do it. One away from a championship.
Yeah, it should have been fastball inside, as you mentioned. And here's another payoff pitch. Wilson 1-1 this year against the Mariners, 2-2 lifetime. In his last 3 starts, he has left after 8 innings with a shutout. So the 23-year-old Griffey Jr. against the 23-year-old Wilson Alvarez. These two guys are going to have some battles in the future. And they've got one going right now. Breaking ball. Ooh. I tell you, Junior saw that one. He saw that one coming with that wrap.
Yeah, he sure did wrap that one around a little bit more than you would say. It was probably very noticeable to the hitter's eye right there. Luckily, creamed that one foul. For Wilson Alvarez, he throws a fastball 90 to 93, curve changeup. And those 2 other pitches have been working very well for him, but he is definitely a fastball pitcher.
Yeah, you don't want to throw a get-me over breaking ball. Pops him up right side. Craig Grayback makes the call and has the ball. 2 down.
I didn't think that one was going to come down.
But as Wimpy told you, these Mariners have just been double tough on left-handed starters. 35-17. That is almost unbelievable.
I've never heard of a better record than that against lefties, because they're all so funky. They're all different. Nobody throws, a certain pattern at you. If you got 2 or 3 on a staff, each one is different. That's a great stat. Of course, Lou Piniella, he didn't wear out left-handed pitchers, did he?
Here's Jay Buhner, the right fielder, the cleanup hitter, hitting at 269. Buhner has 25 homers. He has knocked in 90. 6 for 30 this year against Sox pitching. And they, for the most part, have just gone right after Buhner as well. Hard stuff. Pops his fastball up. Grayback makes the call. And that'll do it for the Mariners here in the top of the first inning. Nothing across. There was a hit. After having a play at Seattle nothing, and the good guys coming to bat.
The score, bottom of the first inning. And here's the White Sox lineup for this evening. Ellis Burks is going to get another shot at that leadoff spot. He's in right. Craig Grayback is at second base in the second spot. Big hurt. Frank Thomas will bat third and play first. Cleanup man is DH George Bell. Oh, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. He's the left fielder, batting fifth, followed by third baseman Robin Ventura. Lance Johnson is in the seventh hole. In center field, Ron Karkovice behind the plate will bat eighth, and bringing up the rear at shortstop, Ozzie Guillen. Dave Fleming, the former Georgia Bulldog, is 11-4 with a 4.44 earned run average and 24 starts. What else? Has one complete game, 177 hits allowed in 154 innings, 63 walks, 69 strikeouts. He's a good one. 293 is what the American League is batting against Dave this season. Defensively, Turang, Jr. and Buhner are in the outfield. Flowers, Vizquel, Boone, and Litton are the infielders for Seattle. And the battery tonight of Dave Valley and Dave Fleming.
Ellis Burks will lead it off. There are the numbers on Burks, 279, 17, and 73. Takes a strike, and before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. That's on the inside corner, and the count 0-2. Fleming will move it around. He will throw the fastball inside. He'll throw it in just off the plate, let it tail back. Go with that soft pitch away. That's what makes him so effective. Mariners were without Fleming first part of the year. He missed about 7 starts for him. Up high. The ball and 2 strikes. Craig Graybeck on deck.
And he's got that smooth crossfire delivery, too. He's very difficult to pick the ball up from Dave Fleming. Righties and lefties.
Ellis out in front hits that one foul. What Fleming does, he gets his rhythm going out there, and you'll watch him tonight. He gets it and throws it. He stays right in it. And for just a 23-year-old left-hander, he has a lot of poise.
Well, last year as a rookie, 17 and 10. Not too shabby.
There's that soft pitch, blooped into center field, but Griffey is there. And there's one out. Ellis trying to triple clutch it right there. Couldn't quite do it. Here's Graybeck. Greg hitting at 233, a homer. He's knocked in 12, 3 for 8 this year against Mariner pitching. Hit right at Junior. Can of corn. 2 gone. And let's check out our picks to click tonight. Oh, wait a minute. We're going to change this rule. Hey, man, Robin, Wimpy went with Burks, out with Dick. We're going to definitely change this rule. This 3 for y'all and 1 for me ain't going to get it done, Duke.
All right, we'll give you 1 1/4. And making it a race now. Picked up 6 points yesterday. I missed my extra point attempt.
Here's Big Frank hitting at 316, 41 homers. He has knocked in 126. He's done some damage against the Mariners this year as he takes it down low. He's 10 for 31 with 5 long ones and 13 knocked in 9 games. Takes it up and he went around, says Rocky Rowe. So the count 1-1.
Well, Frank's really been getting out there too quick in the last few ball games. So I don't know. I sure hope that left arm isn't bothering him too much.
Well, I think that's the best indication that it is bothering him.
Yeah.
There's that slow curveball, almost like an Ephus pitch, and a 1-2-3 inning for Fleming after 1 from Comiskey Park. No score. A reminder, this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox.
And Sports Channel.
Just like Paul Harvey would have said it. As you look at the Grey Pouponers.
Pardon me, but would you have any?
Mike Blowers gets set to lead off the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit for the Mariners. No runs, no hits for the Sox. It'll be Blowers, Boone, and Litton. Blowers hitting at 287, 15 homers. He has knocked in 55. Whoa, there's some heat. 2 for 6 against Wilson with a homer. The count.
See, at home against left-handed starters, these guys are really tough. 21-6, 14-11 on the road. Best in baseball, not just the American League.
Off-speed pitch misses. And the count 2-1.
One of the reasons Mike Blowers hitting 369 against left-handers, 10 dingers.
Some more heat. 2-2. Blowers 7 for 23 this year against Sox pitching. Third baseman with one of the better throwing arms in all of baseball. Got him. Yeah.
Just blows him away on the inside. Blowers likes the ball out over the plate. And Wilson just comes right inside, gets us that inside corner about thigh high. He can't pull the trigger. See, he's going out there trying to get something outside for himself to hit. That's his joy area, out over the plate.
Here's the second baseman, Brett Boone. He'll cut and slash up there. Takes it up high. But hitting at 257, 12 homers, he's knocked in 35. Just 24 years old. And of course, as you can see facially, he is the son of Bob Boone. Fouls that one out to play right side.
Bob Boone right now is the AAA manager for the Oakland A's. He managed at Tacoma this year, and we saw Bob. He was on the Oakland coaching staff the last trip into the Oakland area last week. Good man.
He sure is.
Isn't he?
There's a good heater.
And you think he'll manage in the big leagues some days, don't you?
I don't think there's any question about it. Breaking ball. Wow. And he'll grab some bench.
That's just nasty right there. Look what these guys have done. Jason Beret and Wilson Alvarez. 12 starts between them. They've won all 12. Alvarez with a 1.37 earned run average and Jason a 1.94.
That's good.
What more could two young men do for a ball club?
They have been awesome. That'll bring up the first baseman, Greg Litton, hitting at 304. 3 homers, he's knocked in 25. Change up to Hopper, Ventura on the move, Big Frank, 1, 2, 3 for Alvarez. And after an inning and a half, 0-0.
Here's the Dave Fleming pitching profile. His fastball 83 to 85 miles an hour, but very deceptive to the eye of the hitter. He looks much quicker than that with that delivery and the way he spots his pitches. Curveball, slider, and changeup, and you can see that old Ephus pitch last inning. You know, you were a prime candidate for Steve Hamilton. Was he playing when you were?
Yep.
Did he ever throw you one?
Yep.
What'd you do?
Grab some bench. George Bell leads off the bottom of the second in this scoreless tie. It'll be Bell, Jackson, and Ventura. Takes it outside. George hitting at 228. 13 homers. He's knocked in 63. Slider inside. 2-0 the count. Outfield playing Bell to hook slightly. It's Bo Jackson, the on-deck hitter.
Looks like George has moved back on top of the plate. Hawk, he'll probably be looking for something inside here, especially on 2-0.
Ball hit hard in left field, right at. Brian Turang.
That's one of the quickest swings he's had. When he's on top of the plate, that's when where he was in 1987 when he was the best hitter in this American League.
Closer you get to the plate, the quicker you're going to be.
Look, I bet he's 5-6 inches closer to the plate right there, and he just rips it. Those hands just flew through there.
Necessity is the mother of invention. And when you get close to the plate, your subconscious makes you get your hands up. So here's Bo, hitting at 223, 14 homers. He's knocked in 40. There's a shot. And the shortstop, Omar Vizquel, brings it in. 2 gone. While we have a moment, all of us here at Sports Channel would like to welcome our affiliate, U.S. Cable, and all our viewers in Michigan City, Indiana.
Michigan City, yes. Well,
they got a bunch of my money in Michigan City.
Figures.
With that little golf course down there. Whole bunch of them. George Thomas and crew.
Oh, say no more.
Here's Robin. Takes the strike. Ventura hitting at .259, 22 homers. He's knocked in 92. Oh, Robin get hot and knock in 8 in the last 7 games.
Speaking of Indiana, did you watch the Lou Holtz show today?
I got to compliment you, I should say. I indeed watched the lead-in to White Sox Weekly, which was Lou Holtz, and as usual, it was great.
Oh, he's the best.
But you guys did a wonderful job. You and Ed Farmer and Jim Angio, Michelle Zufante-Gabra. That's a tough show to do live, especially the first time out. And you guys pulled it off.
Well, there will not be a second appearance. A little bit easier when you have a mulligan or two, you know?
Oh, boy. Wow. He gets Ventura and it'll retire the side. So 6 up, 6 down by Fleming after 2-0.
On a beautiful crystal clear night here in Chicago. A little bit chilly. Let's bring a 3-peat to the south side. Well, let's work on 1-peat right now. Well, she was humming yesterday. Hopefully she will appear and sing tonight. Well, it looks like it's going to be a good pitcher's duel. Boy, the team that executes best is going to win this affair. A couple of tough lefties on the hill. Wilson Alvarez through 2 has struck out 2 and given up a bunt single. And Dave Fleming has retired the size 1, 2, 3 in both innings. They are both looking very solid tonight. Here's Dave Valley. Curveball misses. Dave hitting at .263. He's having a fine year offensively. 13 homers, driven home 43. And against the Sox, .250 hitter on the year. But Dave had really been struggling the last 2 seasons for the M's. Change up, grounded left side. Robin Ventura on 2 hops. And there's 1 down. Omar Vizquel will hit. Omar, one of the better fielding shortstops in baseball. .257 hitter this year. 2 homers, 30 driven in. He's played a lot, 540 at bats. Switch hitter, batting right against the southpaw Wilson Alvarez. Fastball, yes, at the knees. Mike Riley behind the plate tonight. Sox are playing Vizquel shallow in the outfield and swung around to right. We don't think he's going to get the hit out against Wilson. He grounds that one foul. That was a curveball. And the final fireworks spectacular of the season is Wednesday, September 29th. Game time 7:05, and the fireworks are courtesy of Gillette and Dominic's Finer Foods. For tickets for this Wednesday night Sox-Mariner contest, call Ticketmaster at 312-8311-SOX. Be there. They're the best. Fastball up and away. Number 3 for Alvarez. Can't touch this. Oh boy. That might have been a jam sandwich had he made contact. Boy, that was great fastball. 3 strikeouts, no walks so far for Wilson. And here's the man with the only hit in this ball game, Brian Turang. Talking to Ron Fairley before the game, he's Brian, a 51st round draft choice. I didn't even know they went up that high. But he is just real pesky. He loves to play the game. So Brian getting a chance to play at the major league level. As you look at the skipper, Lou Piniella. Lou clean shaven tonight. He was a little scruffy the last time we saw him in Seattle. Up and away. 1-1 on Turang. He did some great things in AAA. 324 hitter, 8 homers, 55 driven in 110 ball games. So he earned his spurs. He got him. Change up. Boy, he really pull the string on that one. Just floated up there, almost like the ones that Dave Fleming has been throwing to White Sox hitters. So 1-2. The White Sox come out once again. Curveball ground to the third. Robin Ventura one hop. And that'll do it for Seattle. 1-2-3 for Alvarez. After 2.5, still scoreless. There you see a packed house here at Comiskey Park in Chicago. They want to celebrate. We had a great crowd here over the weekend. Great two crowds, Friday and the doubleheader yesterday, Sunday. Sox winning 2 out of 3 against the second-place Texas Rangers in 3 very hard-fought ball games. And here's Lance Johnson to start things off. Lance, a .311 hitter on the year, has driven in 47. Fastball grounded foul at home plate. Dave Fleming has retired 6 in a row, 1 strikeout to his credit. It'll be Johnson, Karkovice, and Ozzie Guillen here in the bottom of the third.
And Wilson has retired 9 in a row.
Yeah, since the bunt. Flowers in on the grass at third. In the right field, stay fair, just foul. Oh, I thought that had a chance. Pitch was inside. Lance tried to steer that thing fair. It looked off the bat that was going to, but just misses. Well, that's some good camera work right there. Nice job, fellas. Right down the line, you can see it was clearly foul. That's the view that first base umpire Rocky Rowe had. Here's the top teams since the All-Star break in the American League. The Sox at 638, 44-25. And how about the Atlanta Braves? They have won 100 this year, 50-17 since that time. Curveball, yes, in the right field for a base hit for Johnson. We'll try to ease it over Brett Boone's head, and it just barely got it in there. So Lance stayed back long enough on the hook.
Just served it right over the head of the leaping and outstretched Brett Boone.
Well, you can cancel Seattle's postgame show. Boy, Lance double and almost triple clutched on that one. He got it in there, though. Speed at first, Fleming to throw over. Lance, 35 stolen bases. He's been caught 7. He's 6th in the American League. He's been nursing a bit of a groin injury of late. Fastball to Karkovice is right there. Kark with 20 homers, 54 driven in. 233 hitter on the year. See Greg Litton as the first baseman. Mariners in double play depth. Outfield deep and straight away for Karkovice. There's that slow hook. He lines it into left field. Wow, right at Brian Turang. Well, he was just in his tracks. He didn't have to move a step. So a hang with him for Karkovice. Well, he waited back nicely on that slow curveball. Here's Ozzie Guillen. Boy, has he been playing some baseball. 280, 4 homers, and 49 driven in. He popped it up, and that will land on the screen. Just about where my mic stand landed yesterday. You get old, you get a little clumsy. Just rolled right off here.
If there's one guy that's going to knock his microphone out onto the screen, is the Whimperoo.
Thank you. Ground ball towards shortstop. Underhand flip. And they turned it 6-4-3. The Mariners playing some defense. We've completed 3 innings. We're still scoreless.
Blaney, thank you. In a very quick 3 first innings, no score. We thought it'd be close. As Wilson gave up that leadoff bunt to Brian Terang and has retired 9 in a row since then. It'll be Amaral, Ken Griffey Jr., and Jay Buhner. Rich had that sacrifice 1-3 back in the first. Outfield swung well around to the right. Makes it high off the plate. It appears to be a capacity crowd here at Comiskey Park tonight. To no one's surprise. Fouls the fastball back and the count evens at 1. Senior and junior. Big gap in left center. That's popped up into center field. Lance Johnson right there. Can of corn for one dog. Reminder that tomorrow at 6:30 right here on Sports Channel, it'll be a fellow who's making himself a lot of fans in this area. Gary Barnett. It'll be the Gary Barnett Show as he discusses highlights from the Wake Forest Battle, plus a preview of the upcoming Ohio State contest. That's tomorrow at 6:30 right here on Sports Channel. What a great job Gary Barnett is doing. Here's Junior. And a towering pop-up to Gray Beck at second. Takes the ball. There's a strike on the outer half, and the count evens at 1. The Wildcats, of course, that opening loss to Notre Dame, and they beat Boston College and Wake Forest.
Yeah, Boston College ranked in the top 20 when Northwestern beat them too, so that's a nice feather in their cap.
Broken bat, blooper, and that's going to fall.
Ellis took a step or two back on there. When you see Ken Griffey Jr. swing the bat, you automatically think he's going to hit it on the meat. Right there, he got it on the handle. Right there.
So a little duck snort by Junior. And that'll bring up Jay Buhner. He also popped up to Graybeck.
Does he finish off his swing, though, Junior?
There's not a prettier swing in baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe in the history of this game.
Wow.
When you think about pretty swings, certainly you'd have to put Roger Maris in there. From a right-handed standpoint, Al Kaline.
Uh-huh.
Freddie Lynn had a beautiful swing.
Yes, he did.
There's a breaking ball strike to Buhner. Usually in baseball, though, it's funny because when you associate a beautiful swing or a stylish pitcher, they're all left-handed. Very few right-handers in there. You talk about stylish left-handers. Of course, the Sox had one back in the 50s and 60s, and Billy Pierce.
Billy Pierce, sure.
Whitey Ford was a stylish left-hander. Watch Griffey. 16 stolen bases. And of course the sweet swing Billy Williams.
Well, Billy Williams had a beautiful swing. Probably still does. Every time I see him in an all-star game, he's always hitting a homer. But you're right. The pretty swings always are left-handed. They always made it look easier than right-handers.
That's grounded foul.
It always seemed like the right-handers were just grunting it out, you know, grinding. Lefty goes up, boop, base hit.
John Olerud, though, and Junior, they just don't get any better swings.
No. Amazing, too, the young players coming up today are better breaking ball hitters than they are fastball hitters.
If you can't hit the breaking ball today, you're not going to hit much in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He's gone. Strikeout number 4 for Wilson.
Gas upstairs. Buhner's a low ball hitter, and he doesn't like it up there, and he tries to pull the bat back. Not able to do it, though.
Here's the third baseman, Mike Blowers. Wilson rung him up on some gas on the inside corner. Fastball up and out over the plate. Blowers couldn't get there.
And the damage that Blowers has done against the White Sox have been on the fastball up and out over the plate.
He hurt us one breaking ball in Seattle, but it was up.
Yeah, he likes to hit that ball to the gaps in right center field. It's his power zone.
1-1 the count. No score here in the top of the 4th inning. Strike, 2 outs. Tardy on that heater. I want to send out a big White Sox hello to a great Sox fan watching tonight. Sylvia Rivera watches every game. Wimpy says, "Wimpy, don't ever do anything to your hair. It is gorgeous."
I said that to you?
No, to you.
Okay. Experiments are done. Here come the White Sox.
Fans looking for the punch out. There goes Griffey. Breaking ball, he's gone. Academic, they would have had Griffey anyway. 5th strikeout for Wilson Alvarez. Nothing across after 3.5, no score. Comiskey Park, no score, bottom of the 4th inning. Mariners with a couple of hits, Sox with 1. It'll be the top of the order. Ellis Burks, Craig Greatback, and Big Frank Thomas. A strike. Well, let's hit a little looper to Ken Griffey Jr. on that lollipop curveball. From Fleming. 1-1 the count. It's just misses. These youngsters, Fleming and Alvarez, have thrown 14 home runs each this year. As the count moves to 3-1.
right there, Ellis got a pitch where he likes it, the high fastball. And he can hit that one. Gets his hands up above the ball and catches it out front. Look at it right there. About better high. There are a few guys that can do that. Look at Ellis. That's a short, quick swing. That chin, that front shoulder to the back shoulder, that's all it takes. Short and quick.
Here's Graybeck. He lined hard to Griffey his first trip. Fakes a bunt, takes the fastball high. Fleming 2-1 lifetime against the Sox. No decision in '93. As the hit and run was on, and they're going to get Ellis. Pitch up and in. Graybeck couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, Craig was going out to guard against the outside pitch. Watch him, he's kind of diving. All of a sudden, he just can't make a swing. He did swing at it, though, believe it or not. And the throw by Dave Valley, who throws very well, gets Ellis Burks. Valley's good. 44%, just behind Clark.
Here's the 1-1. There's a shot into right field. Buhner coming on. He can't make the play. Ball bounces away from him. Graybeck now will hold, and advisedly so. Buhner has a gun.
Nice job here by little Craig. Little inside-out action. That's a nice job of hitting right there. Hands before the barrel of the bat. Makes that inside-out swing, and you look at Buhner. He just tries to smother it because he knows he committed too far. Well, let's see if Big Frank can do something here.
Big Frank 0 for 1. Takes a strike on the inside corner. It's going to short off the fence. Now it bounces over. So it'll be a ground rule double as Graybeck will hold at third. And the Mariners catch a break right there. Mid-ball hits the top of the fence. Craig's going to score.
Yeah, he just scored easily. Oh, Big Frank got that one. Didn't get enough elevation on it. For it to go out, he threw him that slow curveball, and Big Frank's back foot comes off the ground. That pitcher's in trouble. He smokes it. Look at him finish off that swing. Wow, that is a tough break.
So here's Bell. He lined hard to Brian Terang in left field.
That's a good move for Lou Piniella. He knows how susceptible Bo is to the strikeout. That's pretty much what they need right now. And heck, if they can get a ground ball, the possibility of getting a double play too looms very large. And the way Wilson Alvarez is throwing the ball, he's got to figure he's got to play for something like that.
makes the catch, and there's 2 gone.
Dave Fleming didn't get to be 29 and 14 in a very short career by not making good pitches. He made one right there on Bo and jammed him.
So it's up to Robin. Struck out in the 2nd inning. Graybeck at 3rd. Thomas at 2nd and Bell at 1st. Takes a strike, inside corner.
That's a nice figure right there. 6 for 15 career against Fleming.
Breaking ball, nice play by Dave Valor. Well, the Sox packed with Sox. Break that ball. Frank's bouncing over the fence.
For sure, the Sox have 3 hits in this inning and 1 a double.
Consecutively. That's outside. Close pitch. Fleming wanted it. And the count 2-1. Boone on the 2nd hop. Over to Litton, and the side is retired, so the Sox come up with 3 hits in that inning. Cannot then home plate, and after 4, scoreless.
White Sox fans have got to be the wittiest in the country. Look at this. Bo knows bees. You remember yesterday when that bee chased Bo Jackson back to the duck? Now look at him. Used to running over 250-pound linebackers, and there you see what a bee did to them. The killer bees. How about those guys? They got their antennas. Oh, they don't have their antennas on. They just have their sign in the background, that chain. They're the best right here at Comiskey Park. And we're in the top of the 5th inning. No blood. Sox got a tough break last inning. They had 3 consecutive hits, 1 a double. But a caught stealing and a bad hop over the fence cost them. Here's Brett Boone. He takes a curveball strike. I'll tell you what, Wilson Alvarez is going to be tough to score on tonight. He is really dealing. Scoreless string now up to 28 consecutive innings. Breaking ball up high. Brett struck out his first time up. Wilson, a good fastball. Has been overpowering tonight. Little nubber off the end of the bat. He nudged it. Frank Thomas. Wilson Alvarez gets over there. And that's the first out of the inning. And tonight on Sports Channel, coming your way live at 11. Well, it probably isn't live. It's taped. Sports Writers on TV join Ben Bentley, Bill Joust, Rick Tellender, and Bill Gleason in a smoke-filled basement. You got that right. For a roundtable discussion on Sports Channel. You can't even see those guys with that smoke. I don't want to be in that room with those guys. We'll watch it on TV. Change-up misses to Litton. Greg Litton is 0 for 1 tonight. A ground out in the 2nd, hitting at 302, so he's having himself a fine year. There's a fastball up high.
Boy, how could we stand it a few years ago in those plains when everybody smoked and it was just nothing but... Now nobody smokes.
Yeah, isn't that great? Can't smoke in public. I like it. Except for our sports writers. Change up misses. Boy, Wilson did a good job covering first base on that little nudge off the end of the bat of Brett Boone. And we know at the first part of the year he had a trouble getting over there. A little brain cramp. 2-0 fastball. He pours it right in there. Check that. It was a 3-0 fastball. He fouls it back. What we've seen of Litton, he likes the breaking ball. You can throw that fastball by him. And he has been a good hitter for these guys. The last 17 games. Ooh, 378. That's real good. So the 3-2 pitch coming up. Sox playing him around the right. Big gap between Bo Jackson and Lance Johnson. And that's in left center field. Sox want a strikeout. The fans do. And that's low. He walks him with 1 out. And you can join us here at Comiskey Park tomorrow night as the Sox take on Seattle. Game 2 of this 4-game set. Game time 7:05, and you can get tickets by calling Ticketmaster at 312-8311-SOX. Dave Valley is the hitter. Dave 0 for 1, a ground out. Grounded to Robin Ventura. And that was in the 3rd inning. 263 hitter on the year. That's fastball strike. He just pours that baby in. Woo. And there you see, that's the foot of Frank Thomas. A very large one at that. You see that big pad he's got on his left elbow. Throw over. No. No, Litton has not attempted a stolen base yet this season. And there you see that pad. That's like the old elbow basketball pads that Hawk used to wear when they played basketball in Savannah with those peach baskets, those bushel baskets, hang them up on the garage. Pop-up foul.
You had to watch when you dunk back in those days. You know, you really get a lot of splinters in your hand.
Did you have that trouble? Yeah. And then you'd have to score a basket. You got to climb back up and get it out.
No. We had a guy sitting right up there. He just picked it right out. Oh, sure.
When did you guys figure out that you could cut a hole in the bottom and get it out there?
Don't ask me. When they did it, just amazed me.
0-2 coming to Valley. Oh, yes. He got him on that good heater inside. That's 6 strikeouts for Alvarez. Ooh.
Well, he had no chance. And you see those elbows start to come in and up. You're dead.
That's exactly what they did. That ball looked like it cut a little bit. 90-mile-an-hour cutter. Oh, Lordy, that's tough. Here's Vizquel. Fakes the bunt.
Yeah, when you start trying to reroute a bat on a 95-mile-an-hour heater, you got no chance.
Yeah, it looked like he was going from out to in a hurry.
Like your golf swing.
Yeah, trying to correct it. 3/4 of the way down. That's a good point. You need to lob like me. 1-0 to Vizquel. Omar, strikeout victim, also his first time up. And that was in the 3rd inning. And you see it, the Sox with 4 hits off Dave Fleming certainly have swung the bat better against Dave than the M's have against Wilson.
Look at our sweetheart back there, Kelly Sullivan. She just get lovelier and lovelier.
Yes, you are correct, sir. And it's not because our eyesight is getting worse and worse, but Kelly is just
prettier and prettier.
Yes, she is. There's a fly ball to left field. No problem for Bo Jackson. And that'll do it. We have played 4.5. We're halfway home. We're still scoreless.
This is the Dodge Stealth.
We got our game summary brought to you by all the Greater Chicagoland Dodge dealers, the Intrepid Warden Automobile. There you see no score. Mariners 2 hits, Sox 4. A good pitching battle here in the first of this 4-game set, but the Sox looking to clinch the American League Western Divisional Championship.
Well, look at Dave Fleming's pitch count. Well, he has just thrown the minimum almost. Still has a shutout. Lance Johnson grounds this one foul.
Did he make some good pitches last inning?
Yeah, he did. When he needed to.
Sawed off low and he sawed off high.
Oh, he came way in there. Boy, both these left-handers. Good stuff. Fouls that one back. Lance down on the count 0-2. Well, Ellis Burks led off the fourth inning for the Sox with a single. He was caught stealing on a hit-and-run play that Graybeck couldn't make contact. Greg, next pitch, lined one in the right field for a hit. Frank Thomas had a ground rule double. Then he went to work. 1-2 on Johnson. Bell was walked intentionally, and he jammed Bo Jackson and Ventura, as Hawk just mentioned. So we are still scoreless. Oh, he drops down right back to the pitcher. Fleming will take it himself, and there's one down here in the fifth.
And let's check out our Beat to Duke tonight. Named the only player to win a Rookie of the Year award while playing for his third big league club.
What?
That's a good question there.
Third major league club.
That's a good question. Who, for a change, came up with a good question?
I don't know. That was Salvatore. Ron Salvatore Storl. Carco takes the eephus. 1-0. Ooh, and then he comes in with the heater. Boy, that fastball, look, what it looked like, 105 mile an hour after that eephus. If it was me swinging, it would have been a doofus pitch. Because that's what it would look like. Coming in there again. Bunt attempt out in front. Whoop, they say it is a foul ball. Good break there for Kark. And Valley, he pounces out there good. Nicely. Why is that foul?
Oh, the ball bounced all over him.
Okay. Maybe Mike Riley thought it hit his foot. Here's a big game for Toronto. They can clinch in the East. Just a matter of time for them also. 2-0 against the Brew Crew at County Stadium. They're in the fourth inning. Fastball up and in. 2-2. Fleming, 23 years old, from the Queens, New York. 6'3", 200-pounder. Former Georgia Bulldog. Dave led the Bulldogs to the NCAA championship a few years ago. Can't remember the year. It was 89 or 90, I think. Oh boy, high heat. Boy, he's got that slow, deliberate, a little bit crossfire, hides the ball nicely, and then just pops it on the hitter. And it's interesting too, Hawk, as you can see, he steps right at that front toe, pointed right at the hitter. Otherwise, he's going to have some severe arm problems. They list him 83-85. It sure looks like he's thrown a lot harder than that.
Well, with his style and his motion and that changeup, he can look like he's throwing 95 miles an hour. You can forget about that gun downstairs. That gun doesn't mean anything. The only real true gun are the eyes of the hitter.
Yep. I know that. Like a locomotive. He's dropping down again on Ozzie. He's hanging in there.
Did Joe Peepers look like this when you played?
I think they look worse. All these bright lights, you know, I'm making too many appearances. Fouls that one back, so Ozzie down in the count 1-2. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and we are scoreless. Big game this evening in the National League. As you look at the Sox bench, a couple of pretty good right-handers there. Along with some pretty good players there in white. Blackjack, Alex, Big Frank, and Robin Ventura. Usually get Spanky and Steve Sachs. A little chilly here tonight. Kark, Vinny Fresso. And Philadelphia. Well, they're just closing in, aren't they? 6-1 over the Pirates in the 6th inning. They're playing at Three Rivers. What a year for Jim Fregosi and his Phillies. Phillies have won 91 ball games. Up and away, 2-2.
And the Sox still have the biggest lead in baseball.
Yeah. San Francisco. They've won 98. Montreal has won 89 games. Same record as the Sox. Ground ball right side. Brett Boone there throws them out. Another 1-2-3.
Some of those delicious pretzels here at Comiskey Park. A little mustard on them. A little brewski.
To die for.
Yes. Right here, we've got a Jim Dandy going. No score, top of the 6th inning. Top of the order for the Mariners, Brian Turang, Rich Emerald, and Ken Griffey Jr. Turang had a bunt single in the first. He bounced to Ventura in the third. Big gap in left center. Takes a fastball strike. The count. Turang, as Wimpy mentioned, a 51st round draft choice. Look at the play by Robin, the long pig off the mark, but he puts a tag on it. Beautiful play by Ventura and Big Frank.
Well, the defensive gem of this game, and that's a big play right there, because that's going to be a double with the speed of Turang. Boy, he got it on a tough hop too. Robin for a couple of steps. It's like that alligator. Very quick.
Here's Rich Emerald, the DH. Got a sacrifice bunt, and he's flying to center. He's going to fly to center twice. Can of corn for Lance Johnson. And a reminder, on the Sports Channel report following the ball game, sipping champagne, well, we'll bring you Sox postgame, win or lose, with Spike Goldberg. Monday night quarterback, in-depth analysis of the Wildcats and Bears gridiron wins, and Joe Knows Running. A chat with legendary York High School cross-country coach Joe Newton. It's all coming your way on the Sports Channel report following tonight's game. Here's Junior. Pop to second. That little duck snort into right field.
First player in Seattle history with 100 RBIs and 100 runs in a season, and he is just a youngster yet.
Takes that one low, and the count 1-1. That ball hit hard in the left center field. Bo Jackson has the call and the ball. And a 1-2-3 inning for Wilson. Nothing across after 5.5, no score. A reminder, our next game coming your way on Sports Channel will be tomorrow night. Game 2 of this 4-game set. And the pitching matchup. For the Sox, it'll be Blackjack McDowell going for victory number 23. And his opponent, the veteran right-hander Tim Leary, who is 10-8 for the Mariners. That's tomorrow night at 7, right here on Sports Channel. Ellis Burks leads off the Sox, 6th. Takes the off-speed pitch for a strike. Ellis 1 for 2. It'll be Burks, Graybeck, and Thomas. Fastball sails back.
See, Dave Fleming will throw first pitch strike, 14 of 19 so far.
2-1 to count.
Fleming likes to throw that high fastball, and Ellis Burks is the guy in the Sox lineup that matches up best when he's doing that. That's what he hit for that single last time up.
There's a shot, base hit into left field. So Ellis 2 for 3, but more importantly, the go-ahead run on.
There you see it. Boy, that is up there about shoulder height. Talk about Ellis Burks' ability to get on top of a high pitch. This was a changeup. And the dive by Vizquel, not coming up with it. So Burks, 2 for 3. Let's see if Graybeck is bunting in this situation.
Graybeck 1 for 2. As Craig was squaring. And look at those guys. Dale Talon on the lower right, middle of the screen on the left. Pat Foley, the unbeatable duo of the Blackhawks. He scores!
That they are.
Dale can play a little golf ball too.
Pat can.
Here's a bunt. Stay fair. Stay fair. It's going to stay fair. Yes, it is.
Roger Bossert. Nice job of manicuring that grass right there. Wow, doesn't get any better than this. The Mariners did the right thing. Their only hope right there is that that ball goes foul. And no dice. Absolute perfect execution by Graybeck. And if he just sacrifices, they'll probably walk Big Frank. So right now they got to pitch to him. First and second, nobody out. Hello.
Frank 1 for 2. He smoked a ground rule double in the left center field back in the 4th inning. Up high. Up high. Comes Lou Piniella.
Well, Frank got him on the curveball in that last at bat. So right there, Fleming trying to pump him upstairs with the heater, and fish weren't biting. So Frank's got himself a good hitters count right here. He's keeping those hands back better.
The 2-0 pitch. With Frank shaking out that left arm. Burks at second, Graybeck at first, nobody out. We want to go back in there. And the count 3-1. Pretty obvious what Lou Piniella told Fleming on the 2-0 when he went out there. Stay inside on him. That's where they'll set up again. There's a shot, stay fair. Foul by just a couple of feet.
Wow, he didn't get it in there far enough. Out over the plate on 3-1. Frank just smokes this one. Side view. That back foot off the ground, that's a danger sign for the opposition. Man. That back foot is up. Frank is getting the head out.
The payoff pitch. center field. Griffey is there, and that's out number 1.
Well, the guys were in motion. That's a good call by Gene Lamont. Frank's only struck out about 50 times this entire year. And of course, with a gapper, Graybeck would be able to score. So a tough at bat there for Frank Thomas as he worked it. But he stayed with the fastball.
Here's George. He is lined hard to left, and they intentionally walked him back in the 4th. $2,116 in attendance. Makes it high. Smoke going foul down into the corner. George got the head out on that one. Meanwhile, Fleming lives in there, and it's just a hard strike.
See, George has hit a long ball against Fleming. 3 for 11.
To the count. There's Jackson on deck. He got in there deep that time.
Yeah, he got in there. He got in there.
The 1-2, you got to be hacking though when you see it.
He's cutting that ball a bit. You know, it's running into the right-handers and away from the lefties.
Two down. Strikeout for Fleming. So here's Bo. He is lined to short and hit a little looper to Brett Boone at second.
That ball. That's some quick reflexes right there. Dave Fleming looked like he threw that one to the backstop in the air.
It's 2-0. balls, no strikes. No score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Right at you. Neither one of us thought it was out of here. Shows you the power and the strength of Bo Jackson.
It's unbelievable. He hit a towering. That was over the light towers. You can't hit it much higher than that, that's for sure.
When that ball first went up, Mike Bauer started back. The third baseman. That ball is smoked into right field. Jay Buhner back. He's there, makes the catch, and it'll retire to the side, but not before the big moment of Bo Jackson. A 3-run homer, and the Sox lead it 3-0. Take another look at that unbelievable strength and power of Bo Jackson. A 3-0 fastball from Dave Fleming, Wimpy.
It's right there, bell tie, and Bo, watch him get extended. It looks like he just misses it. Bo's like talking to himself right there, saying the same thing, but it just kept going and going and going. Yes. A happy camper right there.
That is without question in years the highest home run that I have witnessed.
Yeah.
Mike Huff moves into left field in place of Bo Jackson, top of the 7th inning, 3-0 Sox. Jay Buhner fouls it off.
Well, that guy that we just saw before the homer, I guess that was a bow tie, huh?
Yeah. A big moment. Fastball upstairs. Buhner is popped to second and struck out. That was absolutely awesome.
Hey, there's the bow tie right there. Yeah, that was awesome, all right.
Throw some strikes, Wilson. 3-1 the count. Second walk issued by Alvarez. He has given up no runs on 2 hits. 2 walks and has 6 strikeouts. A magic moment like that can pump up the pitcher just as well as it can everybody else. You get out there feeling a little too strong, get out of your rhythm. You just got to put those 3 in the bank like they weren't even there.
if Wilson can battle back against these next guys. Mike Blowers is 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts.
Called out on the fastball, called out on the curveball. There's a fastball strike.
Becoming like Boyd Evans, huh? 3-0 hitter, Supremo.
That curveball slashed out of play, so the count hangs at 0-2. Well, Wimpy, he's just a big play player. He always has been, and it appears he was made for the big moment.
Yeah, he just grabs that opportunity. Well, he's not afraid, that's for sure.
Well, they have
to do something great.
Oakland, and California, and the Yankees. And that's fastball fisted out of play. Also spent a little time at Baltimore. Who are your number, Wimpy?
The Red Giroux.
He was a big moment player.
Yeah. He loved it. Loved center stage. Didn't like bees, though, but
3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Sox. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Mariners. Curveball low and inside. Buhner at first. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Great back. Look at this play, would you? Ozzie can't turn it, but what a play by Craig Grayback.
watch it. The backhand stop. That was a bullet. And look at Ozzie trying to avoid the slide and still get the ball off and put something on it.
This is the only way Ozzie's got a chance. He knows Jay Buhner is coming right after him. Great effort by Ozzie on a spectacular play right here by Grayback. Brett Boone to Hopper. Ozzie has trouble getting it out of his glove. Now guns over to first in time.
He did the right thing. He's trying to shuffle and then just got it caught. It looked like he got caught in his web. Besides, the only place to go is first base. So a good reaction by a veteran player right there.
That little crow hop that he took, enough time to get it out of his glove in order to get something on it over to first base. May have stuck his finger or his thumb up in that webbing. So 2 out. With Blowers at second. And here's Greg Litton. He's grounded to Ventura and walked. Change up down low and the count 1-0.
See, Litton with runners in scoring position, a .364 hitter. So he likes this situation.
Fastball low. 2-0. Dave Valley on deck. There's one. There's two. And check out our question and answer. Named the only player to win the Rookie of the Year award while playing for his third big league club.
Oh. I'll be darned. We should have known that.
Meanwhile, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Litton. Another souvenir right side. Three 7-0 for the Sox, 0-2-0 for Seattle. Pops him up right side. Ellis Burks is here. That's a can of corn, and that'll retire the sign. 7th inning stretch before 42,116. Sox lead it 3-0.
Taking the different meanings, but the Sox are just 6 outs away from the American League West Championship. And they're not feeling too good in Texas right now, as you can see. Yes, yes, Sports Channel is indeed #1 with an exclamation point. As we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Boy, it's great. Man, I wish we could do this every night. Here's Lance Johnson. He's going to lead things off here in the 7th. Curveball grounded. Hole, knocked down by Boone to throw. No! What a play by Brett Boone, though, in right field. Fleming covered, but Lance Johnson beat it. Who doesn't like that call? Lance now 2 for 3. As you can see, he clearly beats it. Man, that's a close play. Here's Kark with the runner at first and nobody out. See if the Sox want to play some little ball. Last inning, Craig Graybeck laid down a perfect bunt down the third baseline, got himself a base hit in the process. And then the 2-out, 3-run homer by Bull Jackson. Fastball strike inside corner. Jim Blaney's going to be with us at the end of this inning. Tell you all about the happenings in Major League Baseball. Sox with 8 hits, the Mariners with just 2 off the brilliant Wilson Alvarez. Well, how do you get any better than Wilson has been in his last 7 starts? I mean, you go over, you look at great pitcher. I mean, the guys that are in the Hall of Fame, and you run out 7 starts in a row like he's put together. That's very rare. Looks like he got him.
Breaking ball. Well, it's not so much the 7 starts as when the 7 starts came. Down the stretch, in the hunt. Texas right on your tail. I'll tell you, I have a lot of admiration for that Texas ball club. They played hard all year long. That Kevin Kennedy has done one hell of a job with that team. They never quit.
Yeah, they had a good season for themselves, and heck, I can remember as recently, what was that game in Oakland when Robin Ventura hit that big 2-run homer. They were in position, if the Sox lose that game, to get within 2.5. And what, that's a week ago. Is that all it was a week ago? Sure was. It seems like longer than that, doesn't it? Ozzie bunts. This throws to second base, and they get Karkovice. Lance safe at third. So Blowers gets the runner at second, and Lou Piniella on his way out to the mound. That slow walk. He's going to make a move here. Right-hander Jeff Nelson will be coming in. The pitch to Ellis, and we'll be back to tell you all about him right after this. Jeff Nelson, big guy, big right-hander coming on the pitch for Seattle. 67 games, 5-3 with a 4.26 earned run average, and he is the ultimate tough guy against right-handed hitters. 52 hits allowed in 57 innings. He has struck out 59. That's a bunch. 31 walks. He will crossfire on you. So Dave Fleming is through for the evening. Tell you what, he worked pretty well, and 6 1/3 innings, gave up the 3 runs. Of course, the big blow, that 3-run shot by, whoa, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. Pound for pound, he could be the man who rises to the occasion as well as anybody in sports. So Nelson comes on, down 3-0. Runners at the corners, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And look at Ellis Burks. He's 2 for 3 tonight, a couple of singles, and he scored in front of Bo Jackson and Craig Graybeck.
Ellis is going to be a big play player.
Isn't he? Tell you what, he's done a nice job in that leadoff spot, hasn't he? Yesterday got the big hit, the 2-run double in the 7th inning. That was the eventual game winner of Game 1, and he's been on base twice tonight.
Well, you know yourself, Wimpy, as you mentioned, you got your work cut out for you if you're a right-handed hitter against this guy.
Well, strike at the knees with the fastball, drops down. My, what is he, 6'8"?
Just got a wicked breaking pitch.
Yeah. Nelson in relief of Dave Fleming. As Toronto trying to lock things up in Milwaukee tonight. They're leading 2-0 in the top of the 7th. They're starting to get some pitching. Slider misses. Oh, buckle of right-hander's knees. Remember that at bat Shane Mack had against this guy at the Kingdom? We went out to see Griffey. I really felt for that guy.
I did too. I felt bad for Shane.
He had not a prayer. Fastball hit in the air, right center field. Griffey there. Lance Johnson tags and will score easily. Sox lead at 4-0. Sac fly for Burks. That's his 74th RBI of the season. Yes. Good at bat there by Ellis. Hanging there off that guy. So another happy group of campers, as you can see. And Graybeck will hit. Greg is 2 for 3 tonight, a couple of singles, and he also scored on that homer by Bo last inning. 4-0, good guys in black. Oh, there's that big slurve. Another breaking ball, that one misses. 1-1 to Graybeck, who's hitting .240 with his 2 for 3 night going. Filling in for Joey Cora. Joey just getting a little break. The Sox are able to hang on here, Hawk. It'll be interesting to see just when he'll rest the regulars. Prepare for that playoff. Fouls it off. Looks to me like Frank might need a day or two with that arm.
Well, a lot of times in a situation or a scenario such as that, you allow the players to use their own discretion sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Of course, Frank in the hunt, leading candidate certainly in the American League for the most valuable player. Pitch out. Ozzie Guillen not going anywhere. 2-2 pitch coming up. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Sox on top 4-0. Wilson Alvarez has that 2-hitter. 31 consecutive scoreless innings for the youngster. Boy, does he look upset. This game's really gotten to him. Breaking ball, fouled left side. Greg getting .295 with 8 RBIs at Comiskey Park this season, so he has done very nicely at home. Of course, Tim Raines will get a chance to rest that foot, aching foot. Oh boy. Start that one off behind him. Boy, he'd have got me right on my fanny on that one. I'd have been flat on my back looking at that, praying for a ball. 3-2. Ozzie will be in motion. There he goes. And he walked him. And just in case you missed it, here's Bo Jackson. 3, and boy, he cleared that front hip there, didn't he? That's a great moment right there. Yes.
A big moment.
Oh, yeah. Tim Raines. You see Rock trying to lift him after he hit that hard. Didn't quite get him up. Frank hits a grounder towards the shortstop. The play by Vizquel, he got him. That'll do it for the Sox. Pick up another one, and after 7 from Comiskey, good guys lead it 4-0. Just that, JB. Top of the 9th, top of the 8th. A little wishful thinking here, but Wilson Alvarez has been in complete command. Yes. Sox and Sports Channel, what a combo. Lady, she's in the bullpen, getting loose. This place is getting ready to explode. We can get 6 more outs here. And Wilson Alvarez working for his 7th consecutive victory here tonight. He's going to face Dave Valley, Omar Vizquel, and Brian Turang. First pitch, check swing. That's foul. Look at Wilson, he's all over the place.
Maybe we got to wish a big White Sox hello and speedy recovery to Joe Connor, Sheila DuBois' father, watching the game tonight. Hope you're feeling better and get well soon, Joe.
Now, this will be a little shot in the arm for Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Wilson, you're totally awesome, dude. One to Valley, a little nubber towards shortstop. Ventura cuts it off. The one bouncer in the dirt. Frank can't come up with it. So Valley is safe on an infield single. 3rd hit for the M's. Boy, that's a tough play.
Well, they've had 3 base hits. One of them was a bunt single. Doug Stortenmeyer Jr. and this infield single right here.
That's right.
By Valley.
We could be very easily looking at a no-hitter tonight. And I'll tell you what, Robin had a little bit more time than he thought because Valley is not a speed merchant.
He just couldn't get the ears on him.
Yeah. Here's Here's Omar Vizquel with the runner at first base and nobody out here in the Mariner 8th. Takes a bunt, pulls it back, ball one. Activity for the Mariners. It's Dwayne Henry, former Houston Astro, Texas Ranger, Cincinnati Red. I played with Dwayne. 2-0. Sox swung way around the right field on Vizquel. Up high, 3-0. Omar's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out to left. And this guy can pick it. Last year, he led the major league shortstops with a .980 fielding percentage. He's a good player. Fastball, he pours it in there, 3-1. See if he's taking another one. 3-1 count, nobody out. Top of the 8th inning, the Sox with a 4-run advantage. He walked him. Whew. And there you see the Sox pen. Kirk McCaskill is the right-hander and Scott Rodinsky the lefty. Skipper Gene Lamont love to close this thing out. I'm sure he'd like to give Wilson an opportunity. Close it out himself. The youngster has just been brilliant. But right now, a little bit of a problem. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Wilson has walked 3. And he has struck out 6. Not a whole lot of good swings have been taken off him. Turang takes the ball up high. Most pitches per start. Well, the figures of Randy Johnson and David Cone, they throw a lot. Eldred and Wilson Alvarez, 4th in that category.
Well, right now, Wilson just got to his Ozzie. Ozzie is really good with Alvarez. Really good. Seems like Ozzie is even more so than Jackie Brown or Gene Lamont or anybody. He is the one man who can go in and talk to him and get him refocused.
There's that word again. Well, refocusing session is concluded.
Therapy is concluded.
Yeah, there you go. Ozzie is finite with his habla. And there's a fastball down low, 2-0.
He just aimed that pitch.
And Jackie Brown's going to pay a visit, along with Ozzie and Ron Karkovice.
As we talked about earlier, well, it'd be the last 3 times that Wilson Alvarez has been out there, he has left the ball game after 8 innings with a shutout. Now, how many times have you ever seen that?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I haven't. And he's into the 8th inning right here, but he's got 2 on and nobody out. I don't think. Well, Gene Lamont, he's got an awful lot of confidence in that young left-hander. He has just grown and grown this year.
Well, you're right. Even when Wilson was struggling, his biggest backer was Gene Lamont. Early on, when he was really struggling with his control in particular, he says, this young man's going to be one of the best pitchers in the American League. And he wasn't wrong. So he's got some work to do right here. He's got to throw a strike to Turang. He'll be taking. He pours it in there, 2-1. Swing, fouls it into the crowd. So the count even at 2. And there's certainly nothing wrong with Wilson's stuff. That fastball is still coming up there well over 90 miles an hour. In that range anyway. Just misses outside. So with nobody out, a 3-2 pitch coming up. The White Sox lead it 4-0. Rich Amaral on deck. And then, of course, the very dangerous Ken Griffey Jr.
We'll see how Piniella feels about this youngster. Oh, yeah, pretty good hack right there.
Yeah. Well, Ron Fairley loves Turang. He just thinks he's a...
He's the kind of story that you got to love.
Oh, yeah.
As you mentioned, a 51st round draft choice. You know how far you got to go to get there from 51st round? As you said, I didn't even know they had 51 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, you are right at the bottom. I mean, everybody is being looked at before you. Maybe even the groundskeepers in some of those places. And we're going to do the 3-2 again. They're not going. And he walked them. Fourth walk issued by Alvarez, his second in a row. And the Mariners have their best opportunity, certainly of the night. The bases are loaded. Nobody out for Rich Amaral. Former White Sox farmhand. He's having a good year at 284. 0 for 2. He had a sacrifice bunt in the first. Rich is the DH tonight. Ken Griffey Jr. on deck, so Alvarez will work to Amaral. And of course, he should stay in there for Griffey unless they want to bring in Rudinsky. We'll see. Amaral a good distance off the plate. Wilson needs to throw strike one. It's upstairs. Sox outfield swung way around to right field. A big gap for Amaral to shoot for is in left center. Gonna have to dial it up though. See if he's swinging here. Takes it 2-0. And Amaral's done a good job with runners in scoring position at 329. There's a strike. He pours it over the inside half of the plate. Runners in scoring position. David Cohn, 181. Harris of Boston, 190. Alvarez, wow, 200. They don't hit much when runners are on base. He rises to the occasion. He's got to do it here. 2-1 pitch. Hit deep to left field. Back is Mike Huff on the warning track. Puts it away. That'll score a runner from third. Amaral close to tying this ball game up. And Wilson Alvarez streak ends at 31 innings of scoreless baseball. Amaral just did miss it. Off the end. Rich not a real power guy anyway. And Gene Lamont is taking that slow walk out to the pitcher's mound. He's met by Frank Thomas. Well, Frank might be not feeling well. And that's what the deal is. It's not for the pitcher apparently. Frank going into the clubhouse. So we'll let you know as soon as somebody appears. Ozzie Guillen with Wilson Alvarez, as Hawk mentioned, been a great influence on the young left-hander. As Danny Pasqua comes out now, and he'll go in to play first base in relief of Frank Thomas. And there's Elise Thomas. Frank's wife. Emily Odger sitting next to Elise Thomas. We'll have to get you that report on the condition of the big hurt as soon as we find out.
As we talked about earlier, I think it's fairly apparent. I don't know if he left because his arm is hurting, but it's fairly apparent at the plate he does have a problem with his left arm. And that's your pull arm. That's your pull arm. You got to pull the bat with that left arm. And it certainly appears in some of the swings that Frank has had since he had that injury that he has been pushing with the right side. That's what's causing his hands to go forward so quick.
Yeah, trying to compensate.
Exactly.
And overcompensation doesn't work too much when you got your swing in that good groove. So hopefully Frank will be able to get some time off. So here's Griffey Jr. He's dangerous, as we all know. There's a fastball strike. He pours it in there. Griffey with 43 homers. He's driven in 105. 1 for 3 tonight. He pops it up left side. Ventura has a play by the dugout. Puts it away. Second out of the inning.
And what we are seeing, Wimpy, again, as you alluded to earlier, the confidence that Gene Lamont has in that young left-hander. You mentioned there's nothing wrong with his stuff. He still has a good stuff. Still throwing hard. The last few hitters hadn't had a chance to throw many breaking balls because he's been behind the count.
Yeah. And he's still able to get him out with that great fastball of his. So here's a tough out Jay Buhner. Jay's 0 for 2. Popped up, strikeout, and a walk tonight. Hitting at .268. Ozzie sneaks in. Vizquel back to second base on the slide. Feet first. Buhner with 25 long ones. He's driven in 90. Second on the Mariners in those two categories. Of course, Griffey at the top of the pack. Mike Blauer's on deck. There's 2 outs here in the 8th. 4-1 White Sox. Mariners have just 2 hits. 3 hits, that is. 1 in this inning and 2 walks. Curveball hangs high. 2-0. That 1-0. There's a fastball down and in. So Buhner's thinking one thing right now. Putting it on the eastbound lane of the Dan Ryan. Up high. So Wilson still has some work to do here in the 8th inning.
I don't want to throw him a get-me-over fastball here.
You think he's hacking?
I think there's a real good chance of it.
Yeah.
You got a chance with 2 out to tie a ball game up, and you got Buhner to play.
Fastball strike.
He was hacking.
Yeah, he was. He had that approach. He didn't like the pitch.
No.
It was on the outside corner and up, and Buhner certainly wants something on the inner half. And Wilson, he didn't throw that one to get it over. He reached back. Here's 3-1 coming. Clark wants it in the same spot. Ooh, he pops that one straight back. The Sox are out. Fans want to a strike right here. Pops it up again. It's in the upper tank. Buhner, he's up there cutting and slashing. Slightly open stance at the plate. Feet close together. Getting a better look at the ball. He changed his hitting style, and he's adapted well. Kind of like a Mike Bordick approach. Striding into the ball. Here's a 3-2 once again. Fastball smoked in the left field. One run will score. The other one in the third. Runners at the corners. A 4-2 ball game. And Mike Blowers the hitter.
Coming at Jay Buhner with 6 or 7 fastballs like Wilson did in this at bat. And that man is strong. That big Kentuckian can dial it up. He did. And here comes Gene Lamont.
We're going to have a new pitcher. Blowers is the hitter. With 2 out, runners at the corner. Stock still clinging to that 4-2 advantage. And a big hand for Wilson Alvarez. Boy, his 7 starts have just been terrific. And the Sox fans showing their appreciation. We'll be back to tell you about Kirk McCaskill right after these messages.
That young man right there has pitched himself another heck of a ball game. Going 7 2/3. Got a little wild here in the top of the 8th inning. What a pitcher he has become.
Great effort by Alvarez. He gave up just 4 hits. And Mike Blowers is up there against Kirk McCaskill. Runners at the corner. Sox lead at 4-2. First pitch, fastball catches the outside corner. Good pitch by McCaskill. So what Kirk has done in his last 11 relief appearances, 1.63 is his ERA and 27 2/3, so he has adapted very well. There's a shot foul, thank you. First base side. Was 0 for 3 tonight against Alvarez. 2 strikeouts. So McCaskill quickly out in front of the Mariner third baseman. And the fans want another strikeout. Gotcha! Outside corner. He painted up. McCaskill strikes out Blowers. The Sox need 3 more for the championship. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Good guys lead 4-2.
That's the Sports Channel tail of the tape, bottom of the 8th inning. Kirk McCaskill coming in, runners at the corners, 2 out after he had just punched out Mike Blowers. 3 straight fastballs. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Sox, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. George Bell will lead it off. George 0 for 2. He is lined hard to left. He has been intentionally walked, and he struck out. Big 6'8" right-hander, Jeff Nelson. Breaking ball inside. He joined us late. Sox with 3 in the 6th inning. A 2-out, 3-run homer by Bo Jackson off the southpaw Dave Fleming. On a 3-0 fastball, it was a towering drive if you missed it. It did not appear that it had a chance to get out of here, but the power and the strength of Jackson, it just carried and carried into the second row and the bleachers in left field. Sox added another in the 7th, and the Mariners with 2 here in the top half of this inning.
Jackson is absolutely having the time of his life, isn't he?
It's an amazing story.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I, for one, in spring training, did not think he had a prayer of playing a game in the major leagues. Here's a strike and a count 2-2.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing story without question.
But as we said, they have never, in the history of artificial hips, they have never put an artificial hip. As there's a shot down to Blowers, sucks it up, he's got a gun. And there's one out. They have never put an artificial hip in a set of muscles like Bo Jackson.
No, that's for sure. No way, no how.
Wimpy again talking with Randy Hundley, who has an artificial hip. And he just cannot believe it. He says, I know the pain that you go through with that. He said, for a man to get out there and play baseball, he said, it's just inconceivable. Here's Mike Huff. That's a pretty good fastball from Nelson. In the Mariners' ninth, the scheduled hitters are Brett Boone, Greg Litton, and Dave Valley. Outfield straight up, breaking ball strike, and quickly it's 0-2. And a reminder that we're going to have all, if the Sox can clinch it, all the post-game activity for you right here on Sports Channel. 2 gone. The Whimperoo will be down in the clubhouse with the interviews. So Lou Piniella is going to make a change right here as Robin Ventura. Lou trying to keep this to a 2-run ball game. So a fine job by Jeff Nelson, only that real good at bat by Ellis Burks for the sacrifice fly last inning. He will depart, and we'll be back with the numbers on the new Mariner pitcher right after this. Southpaw Eric Plantenberg making his 20th appearance. No record, a 6.75 ERA. He has worked in just 9 1/3, given up 11 hits, 11 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he's picked up a save. So Plantenberg, a local product from Seattle. As we're 2 outs into the bottom of the 8th inning, Sox lead at 4-2. Here's Robin. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Takes it up high. It's 2-0. Three balls, no strikes. Lance Johnson on deck. Turn him loose. He walks him. They'll bring up Lance Johnson. Lance 2 for 3 tonight. He just keeps rolling along. He scored the run in the 7th inning, giving the Sox the 4-0 lead. There's a ground ball to Hopper. Brett Boone up with it. Over to Litton, and they'll retire the side. So the Sox, they will go to the top of the 9th inning, needing 3 outs to clinch the 1993 American League Western Division Championship.
The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams, a participating sponsor of Major League Baseball. By your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer, where where you get real advantages for the real world. And by RCA, the people who introduced television now proudly present RCA Home Theater TV.
It's the top of the 9th inning, 4-2 White Sox, and if you joined us late and did not see, back in the 6th inning, 2 on, 2 out, 3-0 pitch to Bo Jackson, a towering drive deep into left field. It did not appear it would get out of here, but it did. You can put it on the board, and the Sox led it 3-0. So here we go. Top of the 9th, Brett Boone to lead it off against the right-hander Kirk McCaskill. Strike on the outside corner. Outfield straight up, spread out. One down. We will have a pinch hitter for Greg Litton. It'll be Dave Magadan. Ground ball right side. McCaskill over as Graybeck gets there. 2 out. Nice play by Craig Graybeck. That's into right center field. Ellisberg's here! people thought would never play another game in the major leagues. As much as anyone, Willie Thompson in the clubhouse. What a job by this young pitching staff down the stretch. Wilson Alvarez has won his 7th consecutive game. Jason Beret won 6 in a row. Ozzie Guillen, for the last 2 months, there has not been a better shortstop in baseball. The great play of Ellis Burks, both with the bat, but more importantly, in holding that outfield together defensively, along with the constant and the ever consistent Lance Johnson. What a moment for number 8 right there. The big hurt and the big moment. Bo Jackson. If there is another person who is more deserving of the MVP than him, I want to see him. Right now, let's go down to the locker room and top Detroit with Wilson Alvarez.
Very much, Hawk, and we're visiting with Wilson. Wilson, what kind of feeling do you have right now? Is this the greatest?
Oh, this is my, one of my bigger goals in, in my life. Now we get on it. We got to play off. Before, when I was a little, my bigger goal is to be a big league pitcher. Now I'm a big league pitcher. My other goal is get in the playoffs. Now we're going to.
And you certainly are a big league pitcher. 7 victories in a row. Tell us about it. How do you feel when you go out to the mound right now? Is it the greatest confidence that you've ever had in your life?
Yeah, that's the key for me right now. It's confidence. Now, I get in the mound. All I do is tell the hitter, here my ball. Beat me if you can.
Well, nobody's been able to hit you lately, Wilson. Congratulations. It's got to be a great feeling. I know you want to join your teammates right now and keep it going into the playoffs and World Series.
Thank you very much.
All right. That was Wilson Alvarez, who won the big ball game for the White Sox. And we're trying to get, we have Ellis Burks over here. Ellis, congratulations. What kind of feeling do you have?
The best feeling I've ever had in my life.
No kidding, because you've been there with Boston.
This is a lot of fun. It's a little more important for me now. I'm coming back off a serious injury, and I'm just so happy and delighted to be on this team, and we won, and it's great.
How about your recent play? The defensive plays that you've made yesterday were just absolutely incredible. It looked like you were a man on a mission, getting the big hits, making all the defensive plays as well.
I was so excited out there yesterday. I wanted to clinch it because I knew my parents were watching, and the club, we were just fired up. And there's nothing you can say. We fought from spring training on. People doubted us, but here we are. We're champions of the West, and hopefully we can just kick Toronto's butt.
Right, and what are you looking forward to against the Toronto Blue Jays? Tough series, we're 6-6 against them on the year.
We're pretty even clubs. We match up against those guys very, very well, and hopefully it'll be something that the fans will enjoy as well as us.
All right, enjoy the moment, Ellis. Congratulations once again. Ellis Burks, who has just been magnificent for the White Sox all season long, defensively, offensively. What a year for these guys. And now, let's go over to Mike Goldberg. He's got Alex Fernandez in one of the corners of the clubhouse.
Well, he gave us the...
We'll listen to Alex right now.
We were scoring no runs, and he hit a 3-run homer. That's all we needed. The way Willie was pitching, we got good help from the bullpen. It's a team effort, and we did it today.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
In the 1993 White Sox.
Definitely a hell of a ball club right here. A hell of a ball club, and they know we're coming. What are we trying to do here?
Alex, I'll tell you what, this is something else. This is what you guys have waited for and worked so hard.
No, there's no question. We worked so hard for this. I've been here 4 years now, and it's been on for me. And I'm very lucky to be in this situation right here. I'm going to enjoy this moment. We're going to be ready to play the Toronto Blue Jays.
What about these young guys around you, Jason?
It's awesome. It's awesome. We got Jack, myself, Jason, Willie, and Belch, and we're going to be together for a while. That's what we love mostly about this.
Take it to the Blue Jays. Tommy?
All right. Thanks, Spike. And we're visiting with Ron Schuler. And Shu, what a great feeling it's got to be for you right now.
Oh, it's unbelievable. You know, I've been through this before with other clubs, but when you sit here and you have a bunch of wonderful guys like this, your own guys, it's awful special.
Well, you've gone under some criticism from the start of spring training, not going out there and get that big-time pitcher via free agency. I guess you showed them sticking with Jason Beret, Wilson Alvarez. Boy, have these guys done the job for us or what?
Well, these two kids have been unbelievable. You know, the effort Wilson gave us tonight battling, and Jason down the stretch and everything. These two kids are fantastic.
How about the job of your skipper, Gene Lamont?
He was outstanding. You know, I'm sure he was as nervous as I was, but you know, he hung with him and it paid off. He was outstanding.
Oh boy! Sure, you talk about the non-moves of keeping with the young kids. How about getting a guy like Ellis Burks and putting him in the team, and another guy in Bo Jackson? How about those two?
Well, both those two, they've been solid. You know, you saw Bo tonight. You write a script, and Bo's there to fill it out, play it. And Ellis, I think you saw the intensity the last few nights, the way he's been diving for balls, clutch hitting. They've both been just unbelievable.
All right, Shu, enjoy the moment. Congratulations once again. Let's go to Mike Goldberg.
All right, Tom, standing by with the big hurt, Frank Thomas. For the last couple of days, we've been saying, Frank, say something to talk clinch. You said, won't do it until it happens. Now it's happening.
Well, you know, it's something that you don't want to jinx. There's no feeling like this. Look at this clubhouse. You know, it's been a long time coming. We've worked hard. This organization's stuck with a lot of players. They've really put it together, and now this is the final piece of the puzzle, but we're not done yet.
And you guys wanted to do it yesterday, but you did it today. Didn't want to back into the situation. You did it on the field right here at Comiskey.
Most definitely. It's tough sometimes to do that on those doubleheaders because they're so long and, you know, intensity level falls a little bit. We had a great crowd 2 days in a row, and yesterday we almost had a chance of doing it. But the feeling today is that we were going to get it done, and we got it done.
Yeah, you get the feeling got a great atmosphere here at Comiskey. These guys are ready for the playoffs.
Most definitely, but we can't worry about that yet. We still got to play Seattle and Cleveland, and then we got to worry about Toronto. But, you know, like I said, it's been a long time coming. This team has just worked so hard, and, you know, our time is finally here.
I know there's a lot more than individual goals, but you have been tremendous yourself this year. Got to be a satisfying feeling that you have helped this team.
Hey, this team is built with champions here, like I said, and you know, with me, I played with so much pain here the last week, no one knows. But you know, I definitely was going to keep it out of the media. But tonight, you know, I had to come out of the game. I wanted to be on the field when we clinched, but I just couldn't do it. But all I got to say, I'm just so proud of this team, and I'm just happy everyone, you know, came out and was with us all the time.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Tommy?
All right, thank you, Spike. We got Robin Ventura and George Bell here. And George, you overcame a tough knee injury to really make some big contributions down the field, down the rest of the way. How do you feel now?
Well, I feel pretty good. You know, I wish I did it, you know, way before, you know, I didn't, you know, in July. But you know, the resort was pretty good. Thanks, you know, to Dr. You know, Bas Garden and the whole crew, you know, doctor we have in the team. That's pretty good. And you know, I feel happy about it. It's my third one, and this time we're not going to miss.
And playing against your former teammates, the Blue Jays, how does that make you feel?
Well, it's not make me feel really, really happy to go back to Toronto, but because, you know, a lot of things, you know, going on in the past. But this time when I go over there, I'm going to make the best.
Great. All right, great. Congratulations, George. Have a great playoffs and World Series. And Robin Ventura has just been a rock over at third base all season long. Defense, offense, really kicked it in, Garrett. How do you feel, guys?
I feel great. I'm just glad it's over.
You think John's watching this right now?
Hi, Dad. Mom. Oh, God, this is great.
How about the guys? I mean, it just seems like a family atmosphere that the people that you guys have going for you right now. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, for all the crap we've been through, I mean, saying we're laid back. I mean, I love everybody in here, and that's not just saying it because we're here, but we have a lot of guys do a lot of things right, and just did a great job.
I guess you don't have to do cartwheels on the field to make a good ball club, right?
I guess not.
All right. What are you going to do the next couple days, Robin? Do you think you might take a day or two off and get ready for the Blue Jays?
I don't know. We're going to talk to Gene later on. I don't even want to worry about it right now.
Leave it up to your discretion. Enjoy the night. Congratulations. Thanks again. All right. And we've got the skipper, Gene Lamont, here right now. Skipper, congratulations. What a great effort. How do you feel?
You know, it's hard to really explain the feeling you got. It's just the pressure off you, and it was a great win.
Oh,
I don't know
wow.
who this is behind me.
Willie Thompson, we don't want to fight with him, but how about the efforts of your youngsters coming down the stretch? Wilson Alvarez, the pitcher tonight, I thought maybe early in the year you might have taken him out in that eighth inning. You stuck with him, and he did just a great job for you once again.
Well, I don't think you can, you know, 7 wins in a row, and, you know, especially being down in Nashville. And I'll tell you, in the eighth inning time, what I was looking for is going to walk more guys. He got a little wild, but he got back into strikes, and that's what I wanted. You know, he got Griffey, got a big guy, I thought.
Yeah.
He went to Buhner 3 and 2, and we didn't have much choice. Had to throw him a fastball, and you know, I thought as long as I could, but I was still confident. But, you know, I brought Kirk in because we had a lot of good left-hand hitters in the bench, and thought if I went with Roberto, they might bring those guys. But I had Rad over there kind of lurking in the wings also.
How about Bo Jackson? Did you think that ball was ever going to come down tonight?
I remember I hit one like that in high school, and it landed in the infield.
Well, you know, the third baseman went back on it. What a terrific effort. I'll tell you what a team. The guys are just going so great. What are your plans now for the ball club before you meet the Blue Jays?
Well, tonight we're going to celebrate. Celebrate tonight, and then maybe, you know, kind of easy tomorrow, and then we got to go back at it. We got to make sure we're ready to play Tuesday.
And the guys, any particular guys, what's the status of Frank Thomas? Can you give a lowdown on what his arm is like right now?
Well, he's going to need a little rest probably.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully 2 days will take care of it, 3 days, whatever it takes. We just got to make sure it's well and he's ready for Toronto.
All right, Skipper, congratulations once again. Have a great night. All right, there's Bo Jackson taking a victory lap. I'll tell you one thing, nobody is having more fun than Bo Jackson right now. And as Bo is having the time of his life, I'm sure 42,000 fans are still there celebrating with him. What a moment this is. I'll tell you what, just doesn't get any better than that. Bo Jackson got the big hit tonight, the 3-run homer, and he is just making the most of his moment. He could probably be on the Olympic team right now. He's probably running about a 39.440 right now. And all 42,000 fans are here. I guarantee you that. Nobody has left this building. And as Bo takes his victory lap, we want to get a quick word with Jason Beret. Jason, congratulations. Did you ever think when you were growing up, well, a couple of years ago in Wilmington, Massachusetts, that's in this very short time that you'd be playing on a division-winning ball club?
No, nothing compares to this. This isn't something, you know, it's something you dream about, but now that it's here, it's just, you know, unbelievable feeling.
You and Wilson Alvarez have been absolutely incredible. Are you guys having a little bet going right now? I mean, you're 13 in a row now in your last 13 starts, which is absolutely unbelievable. You guys got anything going, and what do you anticipate from your next start?
No, we don't have anything going. We're just trying to go out there and, you know, do what we're capable of doing. And, you know, we just hope to keep continuing this and keep it going and just bring it right into the playoffs.
What do you think your confidence level is right now, yourself and the ball club?
Real confident. You know, myself especially. I'm confident now that I'm out there and doing well every outing. And you know, the team right now is just, you know, you can just see by the reaction of everyone with just high spirits and everybody's confident.
It just doesn't get any better than this.
No, it doesn't.
All right, congratulations, Jason. Enjoy the night. And let's go with to Mike Goldberg. He's got Tim Raines.
Oh yes.
I'll tell you what, it's celebration time, isn't it, gentlemen?
You said it. You asked him.
All right, Rock, how about it?
I waited 3 years for this, and that's the reason why I came over here, and there's no better feeling than this. No better feeling.
You and I talked during spring training back in Las Vegas. You said, you know, I feel like I can do some things this year. Then the unfortunate injury early, but it has turned out to be a great year for the White Sox and for Tim Raines.
Well, you know, it's definitely because it's been my last year of my contract, but, you know, when I signed with the White Sox, the reason why I signed here because of the great players. They had great young players and opportunity to make it to the World Series or playoffs. And I tell you, when that last out was made, I think I was the happiest guy in the world, I'll tell you.
One thing we've learned this year is that you are a baseball purist, and this is as pure as it gets. When you dream about it as a young man, now you're living it, but now there's 2 more steps to take, and I know you guys won't stop shy of that.
Well, that's true. I mean, this is just the beginning. You know, I've been here once before, but, you know, getting a second opportunity, hopefully after the season is over, going to play Toronto, getting through Toronto and then get to the World Series and winning it. That's the most important thing. I mean, it doesn't mean anything unless you win the World Series. So I think everyone in here knows what it takes, and I think we showed it this year, and it's just a matter of time before hopefully we'll be the world champion.
Nobody has ever said that Rock Raines has lost a step, but yesterday I was sure you hadn't. What was that move at third base yesterday in the second game of the double? That little skip step, that was something else, Rock.
Well, that was flashbacks of my football days. But, you know, the adrenaline was flowing. I know it's going to be a tough play at third base, and, you know, just something that made my legs move because I got my foot hurt and I didn't think I was going to be able to play, but nothing was going to keep me out of that ball game. But I'm just happy for the team. You know, I've been in the league for 13 years, and it's for all these guys. I mean, I'm just happy for them.
No question about it. Congratulations, Rock. Rock gets some run support, and then you bring in this man, let him shut him down. Roberto Hernandez, one of the finest relief pitchers, the stopper this year. You came in, it was your role, and you mowed him down 37 times. Now we're going to move to the postseason. Put it all in words for me.
Start off, it's been an unbelievable year for me. You know, who'd have thought 3 years ago I'd be a closer after having an operation, but right now it's the greatest feeling I ever had. But the best thing about it is got a group of guys here, Tim Raines, Jack McDowell, Ventura, Bo Jackson, Frank Thomas, Joey, Ozzie. You go down the list, Ellis, Carco, Spanky, Lavalier. It's a unit that all pull for each other, and it makes it a lot worthwhile. There isn't any words that I can express the way I feel about all these guys here.
A couple of weeks ago, this was potentially a race, and then you guys did what you wanted to do. You won this division in the last couple of weeks.
Well, when we went on a 10-day road trip out west, you know, we went out and we set out to go out and win each series, at least 2 out of 3 in each city and 3 out of 4 in Anaheim. And we went out and did it and put the pressure on Texas to go out and match us. And when they didn't do that, they had the pressure coming in here and try to sweep us, and they didn't. You know, it was just a matter of time. We didn't do it yesterday, but we did it today.
Now the talk will be of a couple of days of rest, a couple of days of mental relaxation as much as physical, and then the playoffs, and inevitably the Toronto Blue Jays.
Well, as for me, there won't be any mental rest, any physical rest.
There never is for the stopper.
Every day I got to come in and just prepare myself to be out there every day, give 100%. Everybody here has a good work ethic with good work habits, and I don't think that we're going to cut ourselves short. So just relax. You know, there's going to be a couple of guys that are going to be given rest here and there. Guys have played all season and been there, but you know, come that last 3-game series in Cleveland, you're probably going to see the everyday lineup out there trying to work their way and then getting ready for Toronto.
Roberto, what do you think of the preview that the fans have given you about the kind of support they're going to have throughout the playoffs here at Comiskey Park?
The last 2 days have been the greatest days of my life. You know, we lost yesterday, but they were behind us. From the first pitch on, each game was electricity, fire, jubilation I cannot express. And I felt goosebumps in the first inning like I felt it yesterday in the 9th inning.
Congratulations, American League Western Division champion.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Tommy. All right, Spike, we've got the Deacon, Warren Newson over here at Deacon. What kind of thrill was it for you on Friday night to get that big hit to drive in the game-winning run in a huge game against the Texas Rangers?
I think that's one of the biggest hits of my life, but it came at the greatest time for me. I think it like sparked this team to keep us fired up at home this year. And, it ain't over yet. We got just beginning for us right now.
Well, let me ask you something, Deacon. I know you've gone through a tough year with your wife and all in the accident. The 2 babies are fine. We understand your wife is doing good. So right now, the pennant has just got to be a wonderful thing for you.
Yeah, it's the greatest feeling in the world for me. And I always dream of getting the playoffs in the big league, but man, finally the dream to come true.
You never had any despair. You always walked around with a smile on your face, and you never doubted the fact that you were going to be in the big leagues, did you?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I just had to keep working hard, and finally it happened for me.
All right, Deacon, congratulations, and enjoy the rest of the evening, okay? And we've got the vice chairman of the board, Eddie Einhorn. Eddie, congratulations there, guy.
We were here for 83.
We were here 10 years ago, right?
That's right.
I think I was in the corner someplace. Is it any better?
How you've aged more than I have in these 10 years.
You look terrific, kid.
I'm glad just to be here, Tommy. I had a rough summer, but this is great. And you know, it's a little less, I wouldn't say enthusiasm, but I'm glad to see it down a little bit because, you know, we thought that winning at 83, just clinching, was the end of the world. We found out it wasn't. You still have to win 2 more series to get there, and I hope that's what we do this year, and I know the players want to do that.
Well, do you like it better now that it's a 7-game format instead of a 5-game that we had in 1983?
Well, you know, the irony of this whole thing is that I was on the television committee, and I was the guy who sold the television rights the next year and told the league we got to have 4 out of 7 because we need the money. And they bought it, and unfortunately it was 1 year too late for us because I still believe if Hoyt would have gone in that 5th game, we would have won, and we'd have probably won in 7. We had the deepest pitching.
I know. Do you think we can get a mulligan on that?
Yeah. I just don't want to see us do the opposite this year, get ahead 3-2 or 3-1 and lose it in 7. But I don't think we're going to this year. I think this is a team that knows its business, and I think we're going to go, and I'm pleased with the way we played. We didn't we grinded it out. I think that's kind of the best way to do it, don't you?
Yeah, and I think a great vote of confidence for your general manager and manager. The way they did things, everybody was patient with them, and it came out on top.
I'm one of the most impatient men in baseball. I still haven't learned after all 13 years of the game, and how I was very upset. I'm telling you this now, with some of the pitching earlier in the year, and all of those guys have come through now, including the man who closed this game out tonight. What a turnaround. And I guess it is a lot of it up here, because when you have that confidence, man, you know you can go out there and do it.
All right, Eddie, thanks for visiting with us. Congratulations once again. Let's go to Mike Goldberg. That's his name.
All right, thank you, Duke. We're listening to the comments of Ron Karkovice right now. Karko, an amazing feeling for everybody. Sum it up in your own words.
Well, it's this is outstanding. This is what we worked for all year. We knew in the spring training that we had a great club, and we had a chance of winning this thing. And everybody did their part to win it, and it was turned out great.
At times there are those who want to be pessimistic, but this club always had the feeling that this would eventually come, even at the All-Star break when you really turned it on.
Oh yeah, we knew that at the All-Star break that we still had a chance. Then we started playing great ball after the All-Star break, and then this West Coast road trip really we really took off, and winning 7 out of 10 games really hurt Texas. They lost a couple, we won, and it was really the pressure on them.
When you separated your shoulder back in the middle of the season, a lot of people really had the feeling that this could be it for the White Sox if Ron Karkovice does not come back healthy. That's flattering, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel like the team really needed me, and everybody chipped in, everybody did their part, and I came back. Everybody was wondering if my arm was going to be okay after I separated my shoulder, and to tell you the truth, I've been throwing better since it happened.
This has been a controlled celebration thus far. You guys have thoughts of bigger things ahead, don't you?
Oh yeah, we're gonna celebrate all night. Guys are gonna stay in here for a while, and then we're gonna go and party somewhere else.
Congratulations, officer. Keep mowing them down. Going to be an important man right there, Ron Karkovice, against those speedy Toronto Blue Jays. And One Dog, not too many guys in the National League or the American League who has more speed than you. One Dog, congratulations.
Thank you. This is absolutely great.
We talked about the possibilities of it back in Vegas in spring training. You said, Mike, I think we've got the guys around us this year that can make it happen.
Well, we definitely do. I tell you, throughout the whole season, not just one guy took over everything. I think everybody equally contributed to our success, and this is outstanding.
Ellis Burks, you and I talked about it again way back when you said, I have a feeling that Ellis Burks will solidify the outfield more than a lot of people realize right now.
Oh, definitely. He made it easier for me. He saved my legs. I didn't have to do as much work. And he's just a great person and an outstanding outfielder.
You look at this team up and down, and now you don't say this is a team that can win the division because that has happened. You have to say this is a team that can win the pennant and the World Series.
Well, we definitely do. I don't think we had a winning baseball team around here since 1983 when I was in junior college. So I got a chance to see them celebrate in '83, and I'm just excited to be a part of this 10 years later, man. This is incredible.
The Cardinals organization was one that you were a part of. They went on to postseason play. You would have liked to have been a part of that. Obviously, you came over to the White Sox. This turned out to be the right move. It's been so long for you to enjoy this as any baseball player would want to. So far, is it what you thought it would be?
Oh, most definitely. I've been working hard all my life to get to this point, and this is great. I've been through it in 1987, and I'm sure it's going to carry over and help me out as it has this year in the playoffs.
I talked to Roberto a second ago about the fact that the crowd seems to be, maybe it's because the Bulls have won some championships, they seem to know how to get into the playoffs and know how to support their teams when it comes time for postseason.
I'll tell you, past history, a lot of basketball teams that's won it in the same city, the baseball teams win it, so I hope history repeats itself.
And how about, I would say, the Cy Young Award winner and the most valuable player on the same team? It's got to be Big Frank and Blackjack McDowell.
Oh yeah, those two did a tremendous job this year. Jack, it was so so exhilarating watching him pitch each and every time, watching that split finger tear those hitters up, man. It's a real joy for me. And Frank, what can you say about him? Coming through time and time again, that's why it's a big hurt.
And you speak of Blackjack McDowell. He will be the Cy Young Award winner. He'll win some playoff games, and hopefully you guys will have great success against the Toronto Blue Jays.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, One Dog. And speaking of Blackjack, he's standing by with Tom Paciorek. Duke.
There he is. Here's the 1993 Cy Young Award winner, without a doubt. But Jack, in addition to the fact that you won 22 ball games for this team, I felt like your leadership in this young pitching staff was even more of a key. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, that's something that's hard to gauge, but it seemed like within a couple-year period, you know, I was the young guy and to turning into the veteran on the staff, and that all happened so quick. And it's been amazing to watch these guys come up behind me and do so well.
Well, it looks like they're all trying to emulate you on the mound. You're probably the fastest worker in the American League, and you can see a noticeable rise in the way they work now. Alex Fernandez, Wilson Alvarez, Jason Bray getting it and throwing it right now, not doing a whole lot of thinking and getting the guys out.
Yeah, you know, I think if anything that they look at me and they don't have the kind of stuff that some of those guys do, and just by going about and getting outs, they realize that, hey, you know, all you got to do is get people out, and then their stuff gets to take over, and I think that's an important thing.
What about the Toronto Blue Jays? Now, looking right ahead, how do you think your stuff and the rest of the guys matches up against that Blue Jay lineup?
We've played pretty even all year, and I think the matchups are really even. Everyone knows that we're gonna have to sit their offense down somehow, and they've probably got the best offense in baseball right now, without a doubt. And you know, we're gonna have to pitch real well, and we're gonna have to put some runs on the board.
Now, when is your next start? And then you'll be prepared for Game 1 on Tuesday at Comiskey Park.
I think I was set for tomorrow. I think we're gonna move it back a day, so I only have 6 days instead of 7. So I'll miss my last start of the season, but that's fine because we'll be right in line for the playoffs.
That'll be great. You get a little chance to celebrate tonight.
Sure.
All right, great, Jack. Congratulations. Have a great night.
Right, thanks, Tom.
Okay, buddy. All right, that was Blackjack McDowell. He is unquestionably the 1993 Cy Young Award winner in the American League. And Mike Goldberg has got Joey Cora, so we're waiting on him. And whoa, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. Lord have mercy. I see that victory lap. That hip is feeling pretty good right about now, isn't it?
Oh, I'm feeling very, very good. Feeling good.
How about the homer that you hit? Did you think you had it, and did you think that it was going out of the ballpark?
Well, once I hit it, some guys said that they showed it on the replay, and from the expression and the way I slammed my bat down,
yeah,
I thought I popped the ball up, and it kept drifting and kept drifting. And
here it is, Bo. Take a look. 3-0 fastball. Oh, you like hitting with 3-0, don't you?
Let's not start any rumors. Yes, it was 3-0, and I turned around and I looked in the dugout at Gino, and he balled up his fist and gave me the. I'm like, it worked yesterday.
Yeah.
So today it was a little bit sweeter because that was the hit that got us going.
But where does this rank in your line of great feats that has come? This feeling that you have right now, because you've done so many wonderful things in your athletic career.
Well, I have to say it ranks second to seeing the birth of my kids.
Oh, that's great.
I'm glad that it happened tonight so we can go on and finish the season out and look forward to going to Toronto.
And how about that victory lap that you took? I tell you what, that has got to be the greatest gesture a player has done for a baseball team, for their fans in quite some time. I thought that was great. Your thoughts on that?
The fans welcome me here with open arms, and to show them that I appreciate what they've done for Bo Jackson, the White Sox, and everybody that's associated with this ball club. I think it's great to go out to do what I did in order to show them that we appreciate them and we love them. So they were our 10th man, and I really don't think that we would have been as fired up as we were if it wasn't for them.
You are magic, Bo, and the fans certainly do love you. Congratulations. Enjoy the night. What a night for Bo Jackson. I'll tell you, it just doesn't get any better than this. Oh, let me tell you about Bo Jackson. And we have the chairman of the board. He's giving Bo a big hug right now. We'll be talking with Jerry Reinsdorf in just 1 second if he can get all the champagne out of his. The chairman of the board, How do you feel now, Jer?
I feel very wet, but there's no feeling like it, Tom. You've been through it.
Yeah.
It's exhilarating. There's nothing like winning. There's winning and there's losing, and there's no comparison.
Is there any comparison to the '83 feeling that you had as to right now? Because, I mean, you've had some titles now, the three-peat with the Bulls, and a lot of great things have happened to you in the last few years.
Well, it's hard to compare them, but '83 was our first.
Right.
It was the first championship of any kind in Chicago for 20 years, so there was an enormous exhilaration. Since then, the Cubs have won a couple of titles. Now we win. The Bulls have won. But this is really satisfying because it's been a long grind from 1983 to 1993, including finishing last in 1989, having to retool. And there were a lot of decisions that had to be made that weren't popular, but Ron Schuler's done a hell of a job putting this team together.
I was just going to say the two decisions that you did was hiring Ron Schuler and Gene Lamont. They've worked out pretty well for you, haven't they?
Yeah, they did pretty well. Somebody before said something about my being a champion, and that's not right. I just hang around with champions.
Well, you get some pretty good guys to hang around with them.
Yeah, there's a couple of 23s, one here and one on the west side, and there's some great players. And what a mixture of players this club was.
Yeah. Well, how about the scouting system that we have? I mean, look at the team that you have. You got Jack McDowell, Frank Thomas, Robin Ventura, Jason Bray, all coming through in the White Sox system. You've got to owe something to our scouts, too.
Who were the scouts that passed Jason Beret for the first 35 rounds?
Yeah, but there's one guy that believed in him.
I know. I have to find out who that scout was. I got to get the report. Jason Beret, I hope he still works for us.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a great year, a great run with you, Jerry, and continued success. And what do you think about the Blue Jays now? You got a bet going with any of the people up there?
No, you're not allowed to bet. You know what happened to Pete Rose.
Well, yeah.
But, we were 6-6 with the Blue Jays this year, so we know we can play with them. It's a short series, and it's just, the old cliche, you got to play the games, but I'd sure like to get 8 more wins this year.
All right, me too. Jerry, congratulations once again, and have a great night. Now let's go back to Mike Goldberg. He's got someone important, we know that.
There's no question about it. The Deacon and Joey Koritz celebrating right now.
That Deacon got us going in this one. The Deacon was the man, the legend. The Deacon, he's the legend of this team right here, brother.
But the wettest man in the locker room is you, Joey. Why's that?
I'm just happy for everybody here. I mean, I'm happy for this man right here. He's been through a lot this year, and I know he's having fun, and he deserves it. He got to go in this series, when the big series against Texas, he got to go in the first game. After that, everybody knew that everybody else in the LA was done. Because we always, in the 9th inning, we can count on the Deacon.
The Deacon. Hey, Deacon, everything that he said about you, can you match that? Can you make him as good as he's made you out to be?
I just got him play well for him, He did a job all year for the White Sox this year, make great plays at second base, doing the job at the plate, But the whole team been working hard all year, though. I'm just glad I could come up in the late.
I ain't gonna stop here. Ain't gonna stop here. This is just stepping stone for the big prize.
No question. We talked the other night after Deacon had the game winner, Joey, about the word team. Sum up what it's been like for you to solidify the positions when Ozzy's knee was a little sore. And it's been a year where everybody contributed. There's no question about it, especially the infield.
When you win a championship, everybody has to do it, and everybody has, you have to have career years on everybody and stuff, and we have
finally a cigar that's lit for you.
No kidding. Just a little fake, but everybody got to step it up a notch, and when somebody's struggling, somebody got to step up and do it. And we got a great bench, great group of guys. I mean, no matter who was there playing, we knew we had confidence that we had the best team out there to play. We got to give a lot of credit to Gene every time he pulled the right buttons and everything, and he got the deco in the 9th. Remember that? We always got the deco in the 9th to come up with a big hit, and ever since he came up, we started to pull away, I guess. When you came up, I guess Kansas City, that big series, remember? Montgomery.
Right.
Everybody thought that we were done, but 5-4. There comes the Deacon base hit up the middle, and then you got the big guy right here, the MVP. The MVP, even though he got a bad arm. He got a bad arm. Well, he sucked it up, and he played the last 5 games with a bad arm. Remember that?
Team. I want everybody to know
he got a bad arm with 5 games. He got a bad arm, but he sucked it up and played, and that was an inspiration for everybody. When you get the big gun there playing hurt, and you can tell he's playing. I'm glad we clinched this early, so he got his rest and he'll be ready for Tuesday. So, you know, when you see the big gun hurt and going out there and sucking it up and trying to play, I mean, you got to go out there and play your butt off. And everybody's done that this year. The pitching staff, the defense, the coaches, the front office, everybody put up together. And that's the only way you're going to win championships. Everybody trying to do their best, and we've done it.
Deacon, I'll tell you what, Joey Cora will be the most interviewed man now that the national media sees how long he can talk without taking a breath.
Yeah, he can talk, though, but everything you say is true, though. You know, everybody pulled together and worked hard the whole year.
All right, guys, congratulations, both of you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Duke.
Thank you, Spike. And we're with one dog right now, Lance Johnson. Lance, first of all, congratulations on a wonderful season. How do you feel right now?
Oh, this is great, Tommy. What can you say? When I was in junior college 10 years ago, I got a chance to watch you celebrate, and to be a part of this 10 years later, it's just outstanding.
You've got a wonderful group of guys here. Everybody, it's just like a family-type atmosphere. Your kid around together. You just look so lively on the bench. It looks like everybody's having a lot of fun.
Well, everybody's loose, you know. Guys get their bat broke, we're in there laughing. You know, it's been that kind of thing. 3 years ago, we were all tight and serious about what we were doing, which we are serious now, but we're more loose, we're better, we're more experienced, and we're just having fun, Tommy.
Lance, you're nursing a bit of a groin problem. You think you might be able to take a couple days off to be at 100% for the Blue Jays?
I hope so. Herm Snyder, he's really been keeping me patched up pretty good, and he keeps me going, and hopefully I can get some rest and lay off a couple of days and just relax.
And your hitting stroke seems to be fine. Nothing bothered there. You're going to hit 300, and that's got to make you feel pretty good too.
Well, you know, I didn't think about hitting 300. I never have, but I've been just going out and letting everything happen naturally, and it has. It's been a great year.
All right, congratulations, Lance. Enjoy the night. Have a great one.
Thanks, Tommy.
All right, let's go to Mike Goldberg. He's got Eddie Kirk McCaskill.
Eddie Kirk McCaskill celebrating with the guys right now, as you can see. I'll tell you what, Kirk, this is what it's all about. Major League Baseball player, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
I tell you, it's just a huge thrill. You know, it's very difficult to describe what someone's feeling, but this is why we play the game. Not that many people get to experience, and I'm just happy for everybody.
The fans at home are seeing you earn your second career save, and this will be one quite memorable.
Well, between Roberto and I, we have 38. We got 38 between us, so yeah, this is the biggest highlight of my baseball career, and I'm very fortunate that they let me go out there for the night. I think Roberto really should have been the guy out there to close it out, but they gave me the chance and it worked out.
Yeah, it says something about you that you have accepted the role that you've been given the last couple of weeks with great thoughts of, hey, if it's going to help the team, then that's what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll tell you, I'd carry the ball bag around if I knew we were going to win the World Series. I'm just, you know, like I said before, I'm just here to win. I want to win. I want to win the World Series. I want to get one of those rings, and I'll do whatever it takes to try to achieve that.
New stopper. See, Roberto sees you can do it. He's going to hand it off to you, but you guys can share the duties. Obviously, that would be just fine. Toronto Blue Jays. Don't want to make you look ahead too much, but they're a good baseball team, but one the White Sox can beat.
Well, I'll tell you, first of all, Roberto Hernandez is a stopper, and he deserves all the credit in the world for getting us this far in those situations. As for the Blue Jays, they've got the experience. They got a good ball club. We've got a lot of drive, and it's going to be exciting.
Thanks a lot, Kirk McCaskill. Congratulations. Okay. Second career save, one that we as White Sox fans will remember for a long time, Duke.
All right, we've got Craig Grayback over here. Craig, you know that cigar is going to stunt that growth a little bit, don't you think?
No. Make sure you hit the golf ball further. That's what Hawk was telling me.
Give me that thing, man. If I can use that. Craig, how about your season yourself? I know you're a little bit disappointed not being in that starting lineup on an everyday basis, but lately you have really kicked it in gear, getting a little bit additional playing time, and that ball game you played tonight was just terrific, offensively and defensively.
Well, it's a little disappointing early in the year when you're expecting to start, but when I got hurt, Joey went in there and did an outstanding job, and if I was coaching, I wouldn't take him out either. He did a great job, and you know, then I got to turn my thoughts around and start thinking about being ready to go in and fill in for a guy like Ozzie and Joey and Robin. So I just went back to where I was before, and you know, I knew how to go about it this year, whereas the previous couple years it was tough. But this year I was ready for the job, and I think that's what paid off for me, being in that spot before.
Is this the greatest feeling in the world for you? Did you think you'd ever be sitting here on the growing up in California that you'd be part of this big championship atmosphere?
Well, you can always dream it. When I was a little kid playing in Little League,
you were little once?
Well, when I was a younger kid, let's put it that way. When I was younger, playing in Little League, you always dream about things like this, but you can never really know what it feels like until it happens. And you know, when it happened, it was a pretty good feeling.
All right, Craig, congratulations. Have a wonderful time and good luck the rest of the season and in the playoffs, of course.
Thanks, Whippy.
All right, let's go to Mike Goldberg. I think he's got the good Dr. DeBakey, Herm Schneider.
Well, good doctor, you're somebody who can obviously, Herm, you can put this in lots of perspective. You guys worked so hard together. First of all, Bo, before we talk to Herm, what does this man mean to what you've been able to do coming back from the hit?
This man, he has been my mother and my father for the past year. He has come in on his off time during the winter to work with not only myself but Ozzie as well to get us back on the playing field just for that. So I can't say enough about this guy because he is our guru. So we are his followers.
Hermie, on the days that these guys were down, it had to be difficult for you because as much as you respect to Bo Jackson and as Ozzie Guillen, but you know that's your job. You bring these guys through it, not only physically, but mentally.
It's a challenge, it's a dedication, and to put up with me, it isn't the easiest thing in the world either. But I was telling Bo just a little while ago, last year when the season ended, he and I and Ozzie were out on that field taking ground balls, and Bo was playing a little first base for us out there to helping Ozzie. And I told him, I said, baby, we're on the road to next year. We'll be out there because right now the seats are empty. Next year, what are they going to be, brother?
They're going to be filled to the hilt.
You had a good feeling when he walked up. Third time going to be a charm. This man has always come through in the clutch throughout his football career and now his baseball career. Herm, what was your feeling when Bo hit the home run?
When that ball went up, I said, oh, man, I think he missed it. No, he didn't miss it.
That's what I thought.
Kind of like a 9-iron or a wedge shot, I'll tell you what. But you had a good feeling when he was up there, didn't you?
I have a good feeling every time he goes up there because the man's a winner. And when you're a winner, good things happen to you.
All these guys have gone through the good times right now, but there's been a lot of hard work. But Bo, you can think about, you and Ozzie, but you've been here for over a decade, Hermie. You've seen it, the low times. How important is it to this organization? Finally enjoy the high times and go get themselves a World Series.
There's nothing like it. I mean, you don't appreciate the low times until you go through something like this. And, you know, hopefully all these young kids that we have and this young pitching staff we have and leaders like Bo, and we can build on this and take it for a few years so we don't have to wait another decade to do it.
There's no question about it. Bo, I know you guys just spoke of Ozzie, and Ozzie's right behind us in part of the celebration. Ozzie Guillen, such an emotional leader, as you know, Bo. While he works on his cigar, tell me about what Ozzie is emotionally to this baseball team. Ozzie says don't lie either.
Well, to be honest with you, Ozzie is a person that keeps everybody laughing or keep everybody arguing with each other. So
either that or he gets mad at you.
So he is one of the guys here that we all look up to be a leader, and sometimes he can be a thorn in our sides with his pranks and the way he acts, but in all, he's a pretty good guy.
I can't understand them thinking you're a thorn in their side at all, Ozzie.
Well, I think I just happy to be here. You remember what you told me last year? Told them.
I told them already.
You did, and that thing come true, and I think that's the biggest part of my career.
Oh, baby!
That's a cheap stuff!
Oh, baby!
I think that's the biggest part of my career. You know, Hermie told me next year, quit talk about the weather because next year you got to be in the playoff and the weather got to be the same way. And we go through a lot of pain, a lot of bad time. But I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy my rehab. I enjoy the way I did, and the biggest thing for my rehab and my comeback from my injuries this day.
There's no question that you knew that it was going to be the most important baseball season of your career because you talked about it earlier, Ozzie, that you felt very fortunate to play baseball for the first time because it had always seemed to come so easy, and now you are a champion, and now it's really worth the comeback, isn't it?
I think it's the biggest thing for my, you know, in my goals. I think come back and play this year and be part of the team. Last year, I hope they don't win because I know what's there. But I just be part of the team and play the way I play and play the way I've been doing it. And I got a lot of work to do with Hermie before I come down here. I think that's my biggest dream. I win a Gold Glove, All-Star game. That's nothing for me right now. I think be part of this team is the biggest trail in my career.
Hey, Oz, who's the MVP?
Hermie Snyder.
Hermie Snyder, the MVP.
What's up, brother?
Congratulations, Hermie. Enjoy it, and keep these guys healthy, get them well rested, and take them into the ALCS.
We will do that.
All right, Duke. All right, Spike, and we're visiting with look at Ozzy's young sons. Well, they're going to be big sons soon, and they'll be playing shortstop someplace in the big leagues in the near future. Isn't that a great sight?
Right there. That's what it's all about right there.
Well, Jackie Brown, you've been tutoring some pretty good young men this season, and the job that you have done on Wilson, Alvarez, Jason Beret, the patience that you and Gene Lamont, I think is absolutely amazing. Why don't you tell us a little about the development, the growth of these two youngsters this season?
We just gave him a baseball.
Wow!
Profound, man. How's those words? You know, I just left Alex Fernandez, and I said, you know what's so beautiful about this? I said, we're young. I said, this is a bunch of babies. And I was talking about the pitching staff. We're a bunch of babies that did what this pitching staff did this year.
And what kind of goals do you think these guys can realize in their careers? Because, you know, you look at Jack McDowell, Alex Fernandez, Wilson Alvarez, Jason Beret. I mean, that's a foursome that any organization would love to have.
I think so. I really don't know. You know, I'm not a big goal setter. I'm not the type of person that sets 20 wins or 30 wins or whatever. I just want them to go out each game and pitch the best game they can that day. And I think if they do that 35 times a year, which is how many starts they'll get, when the season's over, the numbers will take care of themselves.
Is this the best stuff staff that you've been associated with?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, this is without a doubt, it's the best stuff. You know, that's what's been so good about this is we've been able to go out, and when we didn't have our command, or when things weren't just right for us, the stuff got people out. And that's what's good about this pitching staff.
You know, everybody's thought going into the season was going to be the White Sox offense that was going to keep them in contention. And Hawk and I have said from the get-go that it's the pitching and defense that have really brought this team around. What do you think?
Well, the offense has been awful good. We've scored a lot of runs, but the pitching has been steady.
Yeah.
And I think over the year, as the year has gone, I think the pitching staff has become more of a pitching staff. In other words, they seem to be doing a little bit better job late in the season. They know more about who they are and what they can do.
Do you take pride in the fact that this team earned run average of yours is second best in the American League?
Well, again, I'm not a numbers guy. I'm really not. I want them to go out each night, and I want them to take one pitch at a time, one out at a time, one inning at a time, one game at a time. And when the game is over, when the season's over, we'll look at numbers.
Congratulations, Jack, on a great job, and continued success throughout the playoffs and the Fall Classic, of course.
The Fall Classic.
All right, now we haven't heard from the Hawkaroo in a long time. Let's go back up to the booth. Hawkster?
Nice going, Wimpy. And Spike Goldberg. Well, we have been privileged tonight to see something that has not happened in a decade, and the first, hopefully, of many here at New Comiskey Ballpark, a Western Divisional Championship. And what we're going to do is we're going to close out this pennant clinching, or the divisional clinching game, I should say, with the final totals and our Budweiser Player of the Game. The final totals as Wilson Alvarez picks up his 7th victory of the season. And there they are. For the good Sox, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For Seattle, 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Alvarez picks up his 15th victory of the season. Dave Fleming, the loser, 11-5, and credit Kirk McCaskill, who has made such a turnaround in that bullpen with his 2nd save. And our Budweiser White Sox Player of the Game is the moment, Bo Jackson. That big 3-run homer in the 6th inning, a towering shot out into the left field bleachers that gave the Sox the 3-0 lead. And we'll close out our program tonight with another look at the big hit, the clincher for the Sox. Bo Jackson, the home run, and also the victory lap, showing his appreciation for the great Sox fans as they have poured out over 2 million strong in 1993 as the last out of the ball game, and the expression of Kirk McCaskill tells it all. So the Sox do it. A tough, hard season here in 93. They win it by a score of 4-2. And right now, we're going to take you back to our studios for more extended coverage on the Sox victory and Jim Blaney.